is a special one. The Game
God,
Awards have
I'm
a
late.
new category this year to honor the teams that honor their community.
Oh,
The Best Community Support Award goes to a game that listens, reacts, and responds to its players with honest respect and transparency.
Okay, guys.
Nominees for Best Community Support are...
Sorry about that.
Apex Legends.
Okay, well, it says that there's...
Destiny 2.
It's like counting down to like 22.
Final Fantasy 14.
So, that's not bad.
Fortnite. And Rainbow Six Siege.
I'm going to turn down slightly.
The winner is... Destiny 2.
Alright. Hi, hey, and all those other greetings, Spade Adventurers. I'm Jake Spence. Welcome back to SpadeGalzProductions. Okay, I'm very jumbled right now, guys. Sorry if you guys want to hear this right now. But, so, it's the Game Awards. It's Game Awards season. I am a little bit late. I'm 10 minutes late because I needed to record an anime unboxing. And thankfully, didn't go that long. But then I had a few tech issues. I was playing around with an adapter before, making sure that worked, testing that. I did a test stream for that, so I do apologize for that, guys. But now we are here to look and listen to the Game Awards, which hopefully has some Nintendo announcements. However, though... Alright, there's a world premiere. Sorry, I don't have an intro or any predictions right now, but... Oh, it's Nintendo.
Great cosmic disturbance.
It's Marvel.
Must be prepared for the worst.
Really?
To change history for the better.
I mean... That's cool.
Gotta be the coolest guy in the room.
And I'm hoping to eventually play this game and get this game, but...
Oh, this gonna be fun. Just you wait.
That seems like a weird thing for Nintendo to bring out, but I mean, they did do this last year, I think.
Any idea who you're up against?
Did they not have X-Men characters before? Or just not these X-Men characters?
I hope you survive the experience.
Yeah, I have no idea.
The Phoenix Force has reawakened.
I will cleanse this world with my flames!
And sorry if the audio's too quiet or too loud. I just don't have
In 2018, the Game Awards teamed up
any
with
way to
Facebook
really
Gaming
check.
to honor global gaming citizens.
But yeah, this
People
this
from
goes
all
until
areas of
like
gaming who use the power of games
11:30,
to create a positive
something
influence.
like
Today,
that.
I'm joined by one of the global gaming citizens we met last year who has a new project to show us. Please welcome Lual Mayan.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so I very well could have missed a lot of stuff,
So Lual, what have you been working on?
but I'm sure I didn't miss that much, I'm hoping.
Africa, and also as a refugee, I want to thank everybody that has been supporting me to come up with a game today. Facebook Gaming, Eisenberg, and Lual Deng. I've been working on a game that actually put a player in the shoes of a refugee. It's a game that actually talk about journey and helping people to understand the empathy. And this is something that video game can be able to do around the world. We can be
That
able to
sounds
change the world
amazing.
and help people around the world and see whatever they're going through playing video game. So it's a game really that put a player in the shoes of refugees and breaching the reality world and what is actually happening on the ground. So I'm really so excited about the project.
Incredible. Well, let's take a look.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Dude, that is really
Games
cool.
are very powerful to create empathy and to help people understand the journey of a refugee. Growing up in a refugee camp, my mother spent 3 years looking for $300 to buy a computer.
I mean, it's sad that this
Then
is
I taught
reality,
myself how to create a video game. My
but
mission
it's
in
so
Prince
good that
is
they're
to let the
that they're
world
gonna
know
have
what it's
something
like
to
be a
really give
refugee.
you
When
a
you buy
kind of
medicine
idea.
and food in the game, it goes to real refugees like me. Together, we can take small steps to make a big difference.
It's so great get to show you games like Salam, we have such a unique opportunity here at the Game Awards to shine our spotlight on games.
I mean,
big
I'm not gonna
and small.
lie.
Look forward to seeing
I
some more
was
interesting
a
things
little bit
later
hopeful it
tonight.
would be something a little
This next
bit
Game Awards category
bigger,
also demonstrates
just
the
so it
kind
could
of
be more
diversity in
impactful
gaming.
and
The
reach
nominees
more
represent
people.
completely different budgets,
Um,
nationalities, and genres,
and kind
but
of
they all
give
share
people
one thing:
an even
music.
better
Here are the
idea by
nominees for
telling
Best Score in
stories
Music.
and
Cadence of Hyrule,
showing reality. But I mean,
Death Stranding,
it's still cool that it exists though.
Devil May Cry 5,
But sorry, I felt like I needed to actually listen
Kingdom
to that.
Hearts 3,
I mean, I am listening to it, but
and Sayonara Wild Hearts.
and sorry, I don't
And
care about the
winner
awards.
is
Most of the stream's probably just gonna be me, not really doing too
Death
much.
Stranding.
But I mean, that's gonna be the awards part, and it's a lot of Xbox and PlayStation stuff that I wouldn't be interested
What
in.
is going on?
So I do apologize for
I
that
have no idea.
stuff,
I like your
but
colors.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I like your colors as well. How are you feeling?
I know that
I've
they're
been
gonna at
nervous
least
this
have
whole week, and I
Nintendo
can't
stuff.
believe this is happening right now. I just want to say big thanks and shout out, and also
Alright, so what's the latest stuff so
congratulations
far?
to Low Roar, Churches, and Silent Poets for helping us making this soundtrack as versatile as it ended up being. I'm just super happy to be here, and I'm super
Maybe they'll
thankful
have
to all
actual
the fans who inspired us to do
stuff
something
on the
super
actual
weird,
thing.
and I hope we can keep on doing weird shit going forward.
Oh yeah, and by the way, just a warning, I forgot, they're not very PG.
For the past two E3s,
Yeah, they're not
one
PG
big
on the
major
Game
PC
Awards.
gaming show that
They're
continues to
it's a
fill
live
the
show.
foundation with
Some
endless
people just
possibilities. I'm talking, of
spit
course,
anything out,
about
so
Man Eater, the game where you are a killer shark
I
that
apologize
eats
for that,
people.
but this
If
is
you're
gonna be
hungry
way
for Man
easier to
Eater,
do
here's
live.
a new world premiere.
They at least have cool graphics.
Humans kill 100 million sharks every year. But only 5 humans are killed by sharks. It's time to even the score.
No, thank you. I do not need this.
Eat. Explore. Evolve.
Not everybody made to be a fisherman.
It's shark versus man. Man-eater.
Alright, I mean, cool. Oh, it's coming to Switch too.
Stephen Curry
Alright.
will be here tonight to award the best.
I mean, if I
esports
try to
player of
collect
2019.
the
For now,
as much of
I
a
have the
Switch
honor of
library as I
acknowledging the winners
can,
for some esports categories.
then maybe I'd
For
get it.
best esports coach,
But
the
I
nominees
wouldn't
are
bet on me playing that.
Adrian,
Not gonna lie.
Kane, Grabs, Coma, Soksha, and Zonic. And
Yeah, the
winner
only Zonic I
is
know is Zonic T Hedgehog.
For Best Esports Event, the nominees are the 2019 Overwatch League Grand Finals, EVO 2019,
Alright.
Fortnite World Cup, IEM Katowice 2019.
Basically, what I'm thinking though is we're gonna see a Smash character. All right, and I think that we could see a potential few characters. Who I actually think it is, I think it's gonna be Crash. With no leaks, that's who I think it's gonna be. And yeah, I'm just gonna take this out really quick. But I think it's gonna be Crash Bandicoot. Do I want it to be Crash? I would honestly be okay with it being Crash. You know, he's become very relevant recently. He's become very popular. Had a super big resurgence. And with the whole crossplay stuff and it being the Game Awards, I feel like it being Crash would reach a huge audience. It would also be a very, very big character to be revealed for Smash Brothers. So that's why I'm thinking Crash. It does follow the third-party lead as well. I will say though, I do think that it's gonna be, well, that I really would love it to be Shantae or Tails.
PlayStation. We checked out Dreams and got to see the PlayStation versions of ourselves. It was
Oh.
trippy. We're in a game.
That's kind of cool.
Especially your face. Yes. It was so.
So it's a movie
Did you look at me? I'm back.
about a video
You can
game
be the judge when you see it for yourself.
with a video game.
And we can't
Well,
wait
it's a movie about a board game
I can't say this
that
word.
in the movie got adapted to a video game that is now an actual legitimate video game that looks like nothing like the actual thing. Which is kind of wild. Alright. I mean, hey, I'm excited to watch Jumanji though. Because we watched the original one and then the remake was really good too. You know, I need to check out Untitled Goose Game. Not gonna lie. Oh, okay, they were just shouting. Yeah, we're gonna have stuff like that constantly. Alright, so they're taking a quick break right now. So I think it's fair to take this out. Okay, so Smash predictions right now. Alright, so I think that for Smash predictions, or Smash wants. Okay, yeah, this is pre-show. But pre-show, sorry, it's really hard to commentate when there's another voice in my ear. Just to check. But basically, I really want Shantae. And I really want a second Sonic rep. Which, I would love to see Tails. And I would love to see Eggman. Those are, like, the two most... I want this, like, right now type of characters. Well, okay, that sounds like way too needy. But I'm very tired. So I apologize for that. But those are the two, like, pie in the sky characters for me. And I know that they're both spirits and whatever, but... And I'm saying, like, second Sonic rep, which I'm saying the likelihood would be Tails or Eggman. And there's a lot of villain reps that got added to Ultimate. So I could definitely see Eggman being a viable choice for that. You know, being in his mech, being a semi-Bowser Jr. type of idea, but being very different. You know, you could have him in his Egg Walker, you could have his moves be his boss, and I think he'd be something similar to a mix of Bowser Jr. and Robin, actually. Like, he'd have a health meter. Whoa, that's a Sega.
It all started way back to basics.
But basically, Eggman would have, like, the
Gathering, hunting.
weapons
Well,
from his bosses, and then when you use the moves, if you got hit, you take, like, for instance, the Wrecking Ball from Sonic 1, alright? He'd swing it around, and then if he's swinging it around and you hit him, his bar goes down on that. And if you hit him enough times, then it will actually break that move. And it'll have a cooldown, and depending on how powerful the move is, will depend on how much cooldown there is, or, you know, each stock will replenish everything. But I think that would be a really cool and good idea to do something like that. You know, just have it in such a way where it is like a mix. Because it would make it extremely different. And then the up B could be kind of like K. Rool's, being a reference to Sonic 2, where you have, as well as his intro, you have his helicopter come in and the back, and then he can like fly up that way, or he can pull a Bowser Jr. and flop out of his car for, or his mobile for a recovery or something like that. There's just a lot of things that you can do because he does a lot of things with his machines. And there's just an endless amount of things you could do with him. So, honestly, I just think Eggman would be really good. I did make a video for Shantae's moveset. I just never uploaded it because it wasn't good enough, in my opinion. But there have been moveset videos for both of them, I believe. And then I made one for Shadow because, in my opinion, Shadow should be his own unique character if he were a Smash character. But Shadow's kind of off the table at the moment because of assist trophies. So. You have my attention. All you have to do is show me that little Switch graphic in front.
Damon, I love you. Best friends forever, Fu. It looks like this is goodbye, Fu. Damon, I love you. In 20 years,
That,
I will retire.
sorry, but that thing's super creepy. Like, terrifying. People thought that, like, E3 was terrifying. No, that thing? That thing is horrifying.
Damon, I love you. Do it. Apparently, superheroes are popular in this country, so we're gonna jump on that. Vikings do big shots. What are you? I'm a goddamn superhero.
Okay.
Superhero. You must mean me. And now galactic superhero rankings? What? So there is an extended version. 2020 release. Good luck.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, so right now we are streaming all over the planet on over 50
Well, I'm
different
extremely
platforms.
confused.
Throughout the night, we'll be
But,
running
okay.
polls for Twitch audience to predict categories like esports player and ongoing game. So stay tuned.
I gotta
for
be
that.
way more careful with
If you're
what
on
I'm drinking
TikTok,
because I'm
you
drinking
may have seen we've been
water and hot
celebrating
chocolate.
gaming
Hot
the
chocolate to
past
keep
week with
myself
a
up,
special gaming on TikTok
which is like
challenge.
the worst
Tonight,
idea.
use the gaming on TikTok
If I
hashtag
fall
to
asleep
show
on
us how
stream,
you're celebrating
don't be
video
surprised.
games' biggest night. Lastly, we're
But I'm
shouting out the
mostly
most
streaming
active
this for
games
just in
streamed on
case,
Reddit
so
in
then it's
2019.
just
Fortnite
easy
VR,
to go and get the
League of
highlights.
Legends, and Destiny the game. But now, I think it's time for another world premiere. Here's a brand new
Okay.
trailer for one of next year's most anticipated games, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Okay. I'll check this out. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be on Switch. And I need to check out Final Fantasy, to be honest.
I'm involved in things. Dangerous things.
So,
So keep your distance.
what was his name again?
Cloud Strife. This is a one-time gig. When it's done, we're done.
Come on, nobody do something this crazy just for money.
You gonna stand there and pretend you can't hear the plan crying out in vain? I know you can.
I'd worry less about the planet and more about the next 5 seconds.
Hey, Shattuck. Welcome to the stream, man.
Okay, that was pretty cool.
You weren't thinking of leaving Midgar anytime soon, were you?
Tifa's so cute.
Well, seems this
So is
old
that
thing
other
hasn't
girl in
taken
white.
Long time ago I made a promise, so
And who knows, maybe if I learn more about this, this series, maybe I'll be more okay with, Cloud being in Smash. Yes, Shattuck, last announcement is definitely going to be a Smash
Before I
fighter.
hand the show
I'm
over to
calling
Jeff,
it.
I have the privilege of
There's been
presenting
so many
one more
reasons
Game
why.
Award here in our pre-show.
Who do you
Here
think it's
are
going to
the
be?
nominees for Best Fighting Game.
my guess is Crash.
Jump Force.
Crash is my 100%.
Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh, and it's Smash Brothers. Come on.
Samurai
I haven't
Showdown.
played the other ones, but it's Smash Brothers.
And Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
But I'm saying either Crash. Well, Crash is
And
my
winner
definitive
is-
prediction, and then I really want either Shantae or another Sonic
Super Smash Brothers
rep.
Ultimate.
Yeah, I'm saying for Final Fantasy, if I actually play Final Fantasy VII, the remake, maybe I'll be more okay with Cloud actually being in Smash, because it's not that I'm not okay with him being in Smash, because he's already in Smash, but you know, just kind of giving me some history, maybe I like the series and the character more. If I knew where it came from. As a game I could play, so.
This award is for them. Thank you very, very much.
And it's Doug Bowser. Love it. Sorry that I talked through his acceptance speech, but you know.
As you can see, we are now just seconds away from the start of the big show.
Hey, best
How
fighting
excited
game,
is
so
everybody?
it's up for game of the year, so you never
Game
know.
Awards Orchestra is prepared. Jeff Keighley is buttoning up. his
See,
ears.
I've been saying
The
for
live audience seems
a
ready
long
to go.
time. I don't think Shadow's going to be an Echo Fighter.
It's going to
I
be
know a lot of
such
people
a
are saying
special
that. I
show.
know that
Green Day,
logically,
churches,
from the
and
standpoint
Prime
of the
will all be
developers, it would make so
performing.
much sense to make
There are
Shadow
a
an Echo
bunch of
Fighter,
world premieres
but
that
there's
are
a
going
lot
to
more you could
please
do with Shadow.
everyone.
And
I
hey,
have
Warrior Girl, welcome to
no
the stream.
idea who is going to
I
win.
believe this is your first time here?
That's a wrap on our pre-show.
Um,
Goodman. Have fun and
Sorry
enjoy
if it's not going to be that exciting, but it kind of depends on what Nintendo games we see. And that's honestly what I'm going to be the most interested in. All right, though. That was the pre-show, so that was really good. All right. I know this is silly, but I want to make sure I get a jump on this, and I'm gonna make sure that I go use the restroom really quick. I'm not even gonna stop anything. I'll be back just because it's gonna be like 3 hours with no pausing. Oh shoot. Well, that's not much of a break. And I don't know what the heck this whole nun thing is. What are you doing? I'm doing good. I did. Ooh, we're getting some music. Best way to get copyrighted, man. But hey, that's fine. And hopefully the audio is okay. But let me know, what are you guys' Game Award predictions? Whether it be Nintendo, like I would be really only interested in, but that's my own personal tastes. Or are you guys, do you guys have any predictions for anything for Microsoft, Sony, or anything? One thing I know is definitely not going to be here is Stadia. Sorry, but yeah, I'm not a Stadia fan. I just don't agree with it necessarily. And that's my own personal taste. But I mean, that's just how it is. I did realize though that I don't have chat on my reactions because I usually don't stream this. So I usually record the reactions and then go from there. But this is just way easier to stream. So honestly though, I think that it is extremely possible that we could see something like Odyssey 2. I mean, that's kind of my pipe dream announcement. I doubt that is going to happen. Even though I would love to see it happen, but I feel like they're probably going to wait till E3 for Odyssey 2. And then if not that, like a really big direct, like at the end of a really big direct, or they're gonna talk about some Breath of the Wild 2 stuff. Honestly, not sure. Warrior Girl says, I think Pokemon Sword/Shield will be one of the best awards. Okay, I think that would be cool. Shaq says, I think Pokemon Sword and Shield is going to be here. Like, in what way? Do you think that maybe they're going to say, hey, you know what? We're going to add a few more Pokemon into the wild area? Because that would be the best way to do it. The wild area kind of makes it open to where you can just add new Pokemon in new areas of the wild area to where you can get those Pokemon. So I think that's very feasible. Do I think they do it though? That's kind of a harder story though. I feel like they might save that for like an Ultra Sword and Shield or whatever they want to call it. Is that their best decision? Probably not. But yeah. Usually they only have like 2 games that update relatively like monthly. And right now that's Mario Maker and Smash Brothers that are updating DLC. But you never know. And Shattuck says maybe Call of Duty Black Ops 4 or Overwatch 2.
Now,
okay.
Welcome your host and the creator of the Game Awards.
I mean, I could see those. There's Reggie, my man. My main man Reggie, guys. I do have to keep it quiet for my reactions because my mom's going to be sleeping the whole time I'm streaming this. So I got to be very careful. And just let me know if if my voice is overpowering this or this is overpowering me. Just so that you guys can hear. I can, you know.
First of all, let's give it up again for Churches and the Game Awards Orchestra. Wasn't that beautiful? Amazing. You know, tonight, one of the things that really amazes me about this show is how we connect the world around games. And we are live on over 50 platforms around the world. So I want to say hello to everyone here, but also everyone watching around the world. If you're in Europe, I know it's late at night. Thank you for staying up. I think we're going to make it worth your while. We've got a lot of cool surprises for you tonight.
I hope so.
Millions of
I got work tomorrow, Jeff.
To celebrate video games. Now, our show tonight, yes, we're going to have awards. Yes, we're going to have a lot of brand new game announcements.
I'll try to keep it quiet, Warrior Girl. For my mom and your grandma.
Performances by Green Day and Grimes. So stay tuned.
I was not expecting Green Day.
But to kick things off, let's get to our first award. And right now, let's bring out our first presenter. He is a screenwriter and producer known for
That's how you get the shiny charm, Shattuck?
World. Please welcome Jonathan Nolan.
That's really good to know. Oh, why is that name really familiar? Oh, I'm thinking The Rookie. No, this is the actual guy's name. It's 6:08 for you? Is that PM or AM?
The truth is, in any given year,
For me, it's 9. It's 9 p.m. So I'm gonna finish this around like 11, which is kind of yikes.
Games like Fallout, BioShock, Half-Life, Red Dead Redemption, all hugely influential on our work, and you can see the echoes of those games in our show. Evan Rachel Wood's character Dolores has more than a little in common with Elizabeth in BioShock Infinite. James Marsden's character Teddy was, of course, based on James Marsden's character in Sonic the Hedgehog. And of course, I'd be remiss if I failed to mention the debt of honor that Ed Harris's character, the Man in Black, owes to Kubrick. So it's a true honor for me to be here tonight to recognize the amazing, thoughtful, and groundbreaking work in narrative this year. Here are the nominees.
Best narrative.
Yeah, and I don't want to talk too much in case anybody who's joining or commenting or not commenting is super interested in the awards, but I do kind of want to keep it going with some game talk and stuff. And I honestly did not notice what he said about Sonic. I just heard he mentioned about Sonic, and it sounded like it might have been a diss, but by this point I'm not surprised. I mean, if anything, Sonic's narrative is probably the strongest right now. It's just not being backed up by gameplay, unfortunately. But, I mean, hey, we got Chow's in space, so these guys are listening. Did you guys watch that short yet? Because, yo, Chow's in space. And, guys, they had a poster, a mug, a t-shirt. I ordered that freaking poster immediately.
And I want to thank the industry for welcoming us. It's been absolutely amazing. And of course, I want to thank our fans who really proved that these kinds of narrative games have their space in this industry. And yeah, thanks a lot.
Miyamoto. You listen to that, Miyamoto. Sorry, just a bad cough. Little bit of a bad cough. And just a warning, I'm a Sonic Nintendo nerd, so probably gonna talk about Sonic a lot.
Right now on Twitch, we've got over 900,000 concurrent viewers watching the show right now, including co-streamers. So sounds like you guys are excited about what we have going on, and of course we're live on over 50 platforms, and the fans on Twitch.
I mean, I'm technically, I don't know if I'm helping you in views or if I'm stealing your viewers. I don't know how you wanna look at that.
We'll take a look at your predictions. Tonight we've got more awards.
I technically have it on 3 screens because I watch these on the Wii U, so I've got the gamepad on here because it doesn't work on the Switch. And then I have the headphone. That's why I have this on. It's on my TV, and then it's on my laptop. Ooh, another world premiere. What is it? It's gonna be something philosophical. Starting with space.
And that you could have the power within one night to dream 75 years of time.
That sounds terrifying. Or like The Matrix.
Naturally, as you began on this adventure of dreams, fulfill all your wishes.
Is this like a real life Disney Infinity?
Now let's have a surprise. Let's have a dream which isn't under control. And then you would get more and more adventurous. And you would make further and further out gambles as to what you would dream. And finally, you would dream where you are now.
I'm very lost at what this game is supposed to be. Wait. It's the next Xbox console. It's a freaking rectangle? The Xbox World? Okay, the Series X. Well, at least it's not Xbox, which was my prediction. I have never even heard of a console being unveiled at something like this. That guy looks so amused. He's like,
for 18 years
yep,
and 3 generations,
totally care about this.
Xbox consoles to power your dreams. We see a future.
Then why not call it the Xbox Dream?
Your games, where worlds are even more
Come on, man. The Series X?
responsive and surprising. Where you are at the center of your gaming experience.
Man.
Next holiday, Xbox Series X will lead us into the future of console gaming. Our fastest, most powerful Xbox will set a new bar for performance, speed, compatibility. Developers
It does look like a desktop.
are already hard at work building games.
Hey mom, can you get me the new Xbox? Oh, you mean that desktop one?
Our 15
Yeah, that one.
Xbox game studios are developing the largest and most creatively diverse lineup of exclusive games in our history. Tonight, I'm proud to reveal a project early in development from an incredibly talented, creative team who are no strangers to the Game Awards. What you're about to see was all captured in-engine.
I mean, I have a 360 and an Xbox One technically. So, will I get an Xbox Series X? Maybe at some point, depending on if I'm desperate enough. But other than Switch, I feel like I would try to get something PlayStation because I want to play Persona 5 and Spider-Man. So the Xbox Series X. Didn't they say it was gonna like explain the whole thing? And like PlayStation is something like PlayStation Scarlet, right? Like, Scarlet at least stands out, you know? Oh, great. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, my cousin was telling me about this, right? Oh my god, what is this game called? I'm completely blanking. But I'm pretty sure this is a sequel to a game that I could never play because I'm just too paranoid. It's something Blade, I think? Yeah, I don't blame you, Warrior Girl. She said, crude, gotta sleep, crude. Have a good night and have a good stream. Will do. I'm sorry. This is not up to me. This is up to the Game Awards. I really... Yeah, Hellblade 2, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing. It is crude, but, the character actually has schizophrenia. That's what it was. And they talked to actual people with schizophrenia to develop the game and the character, and that's pretty cool. Granted, it doesn't stand out when you have a game, like every game for Xbox is mostly just, hey, look at this super realistic, super gritty looking game with just a bunch of dirt and patches of grass, and that's like the setting of every Xbox game. And yes, Switch doesn't have the best graphics in the world, but it has interesting settings and interesting sceneries. And I'm sorry, but every single name for a Nintendo console is way better than the Xbox Series S. Series X. Like, the whole point is to not confuse parents. Just saying. And you've literally done the worst job at that. Like, what are you doing? And, hey, Jeremy 2.0, welcome to the stream. I'm not trying to bash Xbox. I'm sure they're a great company. They own Banjo.
I'm not able to go back to my country.
But, I mean, like, come on.
Afghanistan
Come
is
on,
a
guys.
very traditional country. There is a huge problem for
I'm never gonna
women
get over that.
accessing education. So I decided enough is enough, and I thought about coding. Code to Inspire is the first computer coding school for girls in Afghanistan. We've developed so far more than 20 games. Our students told me we are very tired of playing games that the men are superheroes, and it's always pretty white men. So I was like, then why you just don't create your own game? Afghan hero girl, when they see the game that they are playing are made by women, that's an empowerment itself. They understand that they have a voice and they should be heard.
So weird to see something like Facebook gaming.
Is it possible that the past and future are colliding?
And yo, I really badly want Injustice 3. I know this is for Mortal Kombat, but please tell me. Also Injustice 2 for Switch. Like, come on. I mean, I do have for Xbox, but the fact that Mortal Kombat 11 is on there. Okay, I knew about Joker. I did not know about Harley Quinn.
And aren't you just as creepy as
Flattery will get you nowhere, dearie.
Rated M for mature.
Okay, first of all, never expected her to have a voice like that. And secondly, dang. As much as I would like to play Mortal Kombat, it's just way too gory for me. I can't take the gore. But Injustice, heck yes. I love Injustice. I need to play more of 2 though.
Nintendo Switch has games. Lots of games.
Don't play with me right now.
To play anytime,
This is just mad. Okay, I love Mario Maker. 3 Houses is pretty cool. Cuphead, really good exclusive. Luigi's Mansion, haven't played much, but it's really fun. Sword and Shield, really good. Ultimate, amazing. Please give us more news on that.
on Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch Lite.
Yeah, when Harley Quinn just like flung an F-bomb out there, I'm like, whoa. Thank you for censoring that. Yeah, not that Game Awards is being nice to any of my PG channel things, but I mean, hey, it says Game Awards, everybody knows what they're expecting. And I'm just reacting to it. So hopefully that's not a fault of my own. Hopefully that's more of fault of them. Don't get upset, YouTube or Twitch. But at the same time, this is streaming on both of them, so I should be fine. I'm gonna be so scared for like every single unveiling too.
Please welcome 3-time
Because it could just be the creepiest thing.
most valuable player from the Golden State Warriors. It's Stephen Curry.
Oh yes, this makes sense. They have like the weirdest guest people. I mean, it's cool to see people like this caring about video games, though.
As some of you may know, I had my own gaming-related injury recently. I went for that triangle button, and next thing you know, I'm on the floor, and you know, 2K is no joke. So once again, esports is the fastest growing sport on the planet, and still breaking records with massive multi-million-dollar prize.
And yet people still don't recognize it.
The award for best esports player recognizes both outstanding play, regardless of the game, and also good sportsmanship. So here are the nominees.
Best esports player.
Didn't they just show this, though, in the pre-show? Love the name, man.
And the game award for best esports player goes to Booga.
Man, we've been here for almost an hour, and I recorded a good 20 minutes before this. I really need to get a cushion for the seat.
Thank you guys so much. This is like the best way to end off my year, honestly.
I mean, hey, that is a really good way to end your
Thank you all to my fans, my family, my friends, my team Sentinels, and most importantly, Epic Games for making any of this possible. And I'm so glad to be a part of this community, and
Oh, there's
I can't wait
Ninja.
to see what the future holds. Thank you guys so much.
Why am I surprised that Ninja's there? Just saying. Okay. PlayStation. Act like I'm interested. I don't know. I was like, oh, PlayStation. That's the one console you don't have, Spins. Okay. See, now I'm just like, okay, is this an actual game, or is this going to be a PlayStation console reveal?
Not dead.
Yeah, now?
1,000-year war, just to start the apocalypse.
Beautiful, deadly, right in our way. That's about right.
No storm can stop us.
Okay, for the PlayStation 5. I mean, PS5, even though PS4 sounds better in my opinion. I mean, hey, cool to see that they're like, hey, here's next gen coming up.
You noticed that, yeah. PlayStation 5. All right, this show's on fire.
Yeah.
Here with Keith Lee, the CEO of Counterplay, and Steve Gibson, the president of Gearbox Publishing. Guys, brand new announcement, brand new
But I'm
IP.
telling you, even though
What is Godfall?
Even though they have this, the people like me, we're not gonna switch over because you got pretty graphics, you know? We might buy it as an extra console, but true blue Nintendo. Or true red Nintendo,
So we're
I
here
guess.
to reinvent combat for loot-driven action RPGs. We'll have third-person, real-time.
But it's a difference of game preference too, you know?
You can also play the game in solo as well as in co-op. It's going to be fun for everyone.
It looks absolutely incredible. That was all in-engine. You know, you can see the game that we're going to get to play there. Steve, you know, from Gearbox's point of view, you guys
I love how like everybody's just completely confused by these announcements. We're like, Okay. Like even Ultimate Alliance.
Here we are, man. When
PS99.
Godfall,
So true though.
so amazing to us. We had to call
PlayStation's like, we don't need interesting names. We're just gonna keep with the numeric system, and honestly, that's fine because it's easier to keep track of. But then Xbox, like, they're just like, we're just gonna throw anything under, like, over the sun, see what sticks. You know, they went Xbox 360, then Xbox One, then Xbox One X, then Xbox S, or Xbox One S or whatever, and now Xbox Series X. Like, how is this not confusing? I'm legitimately a gamer. Like, I'm somebody who's played games for years, and I can't keep track of it. Like, I know I'm not an Xbox gamer, but shouldn't that just say something to them? You know, you'd think that maybe they'd kind of look at that and cop clue. Oh, there's 3 houses. Do I think it's gonna win it? Probably not, but it would be nice to see it win. I love the difference though.
And the game award in that category goes to Fire Emblem.
Really? Nintendo, nice.
Of content creator of the year for a streamer or content creator who made an
Oh, wow. Well, you know, I personally think that it should be me, but you know. You know. The joke that every content creator just made as people are watching their reaction streams.
Alright, well, we've had some great world premieres and announcements to start off the show, and we've talked about Xbox, we've talked about PlayStation. Another platform we probably should talk about now.
Don't talk about
We have another
Stadia.
world premiere, brand new game announcement that I don't think you guys are expecting, but we're really excited to share it with you here on the Game Awards. Check this out.
If this is Nintendo, do not play with me, Jeff. Do not play with me. Okay. Definitely not what I was expecting.
To choose. Accept your fate and await oblivion. Or make a stand and fight for survival. Step into the light, young hero.
I'm trying to think of what this is.
Brave.
Oh, Bravely Default? Really? You know, I've been meaning to check these guys out. But is it a port of the first two, or is it a completely brand new Bravely Default? Yo, that looks so good. Somebody remind me to play that game. Somebody remind me to play Bravely Default 2. Should I play the first one? Yes. But you know me. I always play the second one before I play the first one.
Alright, right now I'm joined by my fellow Canadian, Rebecca Ford, Live Operations and Community Director at Digital Extremes.
Fair enough.
Canada for Rebecca, for both. Alright, Rebecca, welcome to the Game Awards. You've been up here before. Warframe, tell us, what's the latest on Warframe?
We've been making this game for 7 years, and each year we update it.
There's
It's
no
sneezed into
transitions
flair,
whatsoever,
we think
and
it's
it
time to
keeps
go to
throwing me
Pirate,
off.
And this whole Empyrean thing is what our community wants to know about.
Yes, I know. You guys have teased that. What can you tell us about it? When's it going to come out?
Well, we were thinking on PC we would launch it right now.
Oh, okay. Here we go. So Empyrean's live right now. All right, that's fantastic. And people will be able to get their hands on it tonight. Anything else that we should be keeping in mind?
Yeah, our PlayStation 4 and Xbox One Tenno have the Rising Tide update, which means they are now preparing for Empyrean. Nintendo Switch will come soon, and it's really just, if you've been following Warframe's story, there's a lot to find in this update. So why not launch it on PC?
Okay, so it's out right now on PC.
I mean, at least they're quick, though.
Okay, check it out. Well, thanks for
Because then you can jam a bunch of stuff in there. And now that you've had 30 seconds of Nintendo, let's completely shift gears. I mean, they've been doing that for everything. It is more apparent because I'm paying the most attention when it's Nintendo. to be fair. It's always nice to see that and then just look at the game systems and see that subtle Nintendo Switch logo. It's very nice to see that.
About Samsung's QLED TVs, which are optimized for the best gaming experience. Take a look.
I'm Linus from Linus Tech Tips, and I'll be talking about some of the ways living room gaming is better than ever. When I was a kid, my first gaming TV was about this big, and it had a VHS player built into it. Not very immersive. With a Samsung QLED TV, not only can you see more than
okay, not even I sit that close to the TV or have ever sat that close to the TV
image clarity is
ever.
Unbelievable. And with Samsung's 10-year burn-in guarantee, you can game without worry.
My name is Soleil. Many people know me as Ewok. I am deaf and I play Fortnite, and I'm 14. I was just a streamer with a very small following. In the past 14 months, everything's really taken off, and it's been absolutely incredible. I mean, I've become the first woman in FaZe Clan. My goal is to see many more females playing and considered at an equal level, and I really want to see that explode in the gaming world. I think that would be really nice.
Pretty cool.
Ewok's here with us tonight. We're so glad to have her with us. All right. Here with me now is Daniel Ketchum. He's the senior art director for Magic the Gathering. Dan, welcome
I think
to the
she's
Game
14.
Awards.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Like, that's just crazy.
Well, Jeff, I'm excited to tell you that in January, Magic will be returning to one of our most beloved worlds. So the last time we went to Theros, a world of gods, myths, and monsters, we saw our hero, Elspeth Tyrell, my favorite planeswalker, betrayed by the gods and banished to walk the underworld. But now our hero is ready to defy death and escape her fate. And I'm here to give you a sneak peek at what's in store for her. Now with music by Ramin Djawadi, this is the trailer for Theros Beyond Death.
All right, check it out. Thanks so much.
See, I just don't watch as much, like, in Twitch streams specifically. So whenever they mention these people, I have no idea. Like, this is brand new stuff to me. Like, I watch Runaway Guys and, like, that type of group. And I'm just not interested in Fortnite, though, to be fair. That's a creepy, terrifying death.
the new game announcements just keep rolling here at the Game Awards. Eventually we'll get some games you already know about, but let's keep going with things you haven't seen before. Here's another world premiere.
I mean, hey, world premieres, those are pretty great, man. Even if I don't appreciate them, somebody will, so. Just a VR game?
Now, she's a creative director and the lead art
I
designer.
hate when they do things like that. It's like that tells me literally nothing about the game. And I now am confused and don't even care about what it was. You gave me no investment and no reason to care.
My English. Okay. Good art can change over time, but great art stays great. Great art great sparks. Great art sparks.
Okay, while they're doing this, guys, I'll be back. Sorry.
To change the way we see. Because sometimes we need to change to survive. This year I had a big change in my life, and it's been a crazy year. But I'm alive. Was it a crazy year for you? You are not alone because I'm here. And we have great games with great art. Here are the nominees for Best Art Direction are Internet.
Best Art Direction, presented by Samsung QLED.
Okay, guys, I'm back. Alright, cool. They're still on art direction, which is pretty much when I'm gonna take a bunch of breaks. Sorry, I had a lot of catching up to do in the hydration department. So, you know, to be fair, I wasn't thinking about the Game Awards when I was like, yeah, I need to be hydrated. Sleep is for the weak, but hydration, that's where it counts. You know? Alright, so who won? What?
Wow.
Okay.
This is incredible. Trying to avoid any explicit language right now.
Definitely not a Nintendo game, that's for sure.
I think the big thank you goes to the art director, Janne Pulkkinen. He is an amazing person. He's worked at Remedy for a long while, and he had this crystal clear vision of what he wanted to achieve with Control. And he did amazing things together with his team. Also have to thank Stuart McDonald, who is the well-designed director, Nanti Puomi, who handled the characters and all the creepy monsters that existed in this game. And I can't imagine a better group of artists.
Yeah, I was honestly kind of surprised that that Link's Awakening was on the list.
Thank you so much for your work.
Look, and it's insane because it's a really nice looking game, and I actually just played it this morning. Beat the 3rd dungeon, had a pretty nice time. But I was kind of surprised because even though it's a nice design, it's also a port.
Mustard,
So
worldwide
it's
creative
even
director
more
for Epic
impressive
Games.
when like a port
Donald, welcome
gets
back
put
to the
on
game. It's a
something
yearly
like this.
thing, I feel like. We always get to hang out.
Yeah, it's fun. This is great.
Well, you guys have built quite a franchise in Fortnite, and the last couple years have just been so crazy.
Are they
going
to talk about
What I
another
love is that
Fortnite
you're
season?
constantly innovating with this game.
That's what we're trying to know. It's you know, I think we're all just trying to make stuff that we think is fun, we think is cool.
The funny thing is, if it was like a Minecraft update, I'd be like, okay, I'll listen to that.
But once that momentum happened, we're just like, man, how do we gotta lean in, and how do we find ways to really just push the idea of what a persistent virtual place can be. And so that's why even this year, you know, it's like the concert. Yeah, we start the year off with a concert that has, you know, over 10 million people in it. You know, we roll into, you know, huge monster fights, and we've got you know, the thing we've been planning forever to, like, how do we find a way to suck the entire world into the 0-point black hole and turn the game off, and like all this stuff.
But that all, in some ways, I think, pales in comparison to what's about to happen this weekend.
Valid.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be a good game. I don't know. I've never played it.
You know, and on Saturday.
On Saturday, you guys probably
It's just
have
not
been,
something I'm that
teasing
interested
a little
in,
bit about
to be
something that's
honest.
happening at Risky Reels.
But I'm just not that interested in that genre. I like Splatoon.
Yes, yes. And it's,
what can you tell us?
That's
about
like the closest,
I
though.
probably can't tell you much, but I have a friend who can.
A Roblox announcement? Like for Switch?
Thanks, Donald.
Or like,
hey,
what
everyone,
specifically
it's J.J.
about
Abrams, director
Roblox?
of The Rise of Skywalker. Join me in Fortnite on Saturday for an exclusive look at the movie. To see the whole thing, you got to be in the game. So I'll see you in Fortnite on Saturday. Thanks.
Yeah.
See, it's insane how many
This is
like
so cool.
tie-ins
I think, you know, some people online are just like,
Fortnite
oh, we're
has.
just running a clip or whatever, and I don't know how much you want to reveal, but you and I have been talking all year about, you know,
Like
building
it's
a live experience.
it's
around
got
this. I'm excited
like
that it's actually
Batman that's
being
crossed
developed,
over. It's got
interactive
Marvel that's crossed over.
JJ, and I don't know how much you want to tell us about it, but it's going
Like
to be a live
Fortnite
participatory
was
experience,
actually
right?
I think
in
it's gonna be like something
Avengers
that no
Endgame,
one's
which
ever
was
seen
just
before, ever.
like,
I mean,
what
JJ
the
and Jeff,
heck?
We're gonna be live.
Yes.
And then a bunch of different stuff.
That's the glider we're gonna get, I think.
There's
right?
also gonna be that.
Exactly.
Wait, so hold on.
And
That's what
Like Star
happens.
Wars.
That's what happens when you do it live, right? So
You never know. There's an attack happening.
everyone who
Yeah.
shows up, like as you drop out of the battle bus, you're all gonna pop those out. Like everyone that shows up is gonna get tie whisperers. It's awesome. You're flying around, and JJ and Jeff will be there.
I mean, it's
live
cool to see
in
stuff
the
like
game,
this. It's just unfortunate that it's a game that
from Star Wars.
I just have no interest in.
I've seen it many times. It's very, very good. You want to see it, and then some other crazy stuff.
But as I've said, at least people that enjoy this type of stuff, at least they'll be fairly happy.
Games, you know, shared experiences like the Game Awards, people all coming together watching this, but this is inside the game world. I'm really excited about what is going to happen on Saturday. So right from the Game Awards to that. But before then, I know
Jeez,
you
man.
have some other some cool things that people can pick up in Fortnite.
We
right?
do. So there's one more thing. So right now, you can go to Fortnite, and these are now available in the game. There's some of my favorite characters of all time, Ray and Finn, and the awesome new Sith Trooper, and they're in the
See,
game
that's when it becomes
right now.
tempting. That's
You
why
can
they
go
do
load
it.
up for Saturday.
Because you see, oh hey,
Well,
Batman's
I'm
in the
gonna say,
game.
we are really
You see,
excited
oh
about
hey,
what we're
Ray's
gonna
in the
put,
game,
you
and
know,
you're like,
together with you,
mm,
Lucas and Disney,
that'd be so cool to
have
play as
this
that
come together
character.
This week, I know these things are never easy.
But
to
then
pull
you
off,
think,
but,
well,
yeah, I'm really excited about what it's gonna be.
the
So
the game,
Saturday, 2
Fortnite, right?
p.m.
it has a lot of
Eastern, it's
hardcore gamers,
live.
so it'd
Like,
be
we're doing
way
it
too
live, and it's gonna be
much
amazing
to
and
jump
crazy,
into it.
just like this.
Because it's fully online, so there's no way I'd be able to use that. And two, it's just,
good luck. I know you guys are up for a bunch of awards
I
tonight
don't
as
know.
well. And we've got much more.
As I've said, it's just not something that I'm interested in, and it's one of those things of,
All right, well, we've got a lot
if
of
I
brand
end up
new game
playing it and
announcements
I
tonight. And this next one comes
somehow
from
end up
18
liking it,
from my home country of Canada.
I wouldn't
Actually
want to
Canada,
force
but
it
this
on
is,
other people,
a game
just
that,
because
I
that's
think
just
you'll
not
be
my
surprised
taste,
by,
and
I
I just
saw
like
it. This is
Nintendo
a cool
games.
thing to announce at the Game Awards.
And I like showing off Nintendo games. I mean, I've shown off, I played Injustice before, and non-Nintendo console games, but, I mean, that's just how it is. That's just how I feel about it. God. Don't do this. Don't do it. Don't be creepy. Just because you're fighting demons doesn't mean they have to be creepy. You know, it could be a cute demon. Not much jump scares. That's not exactly what I meant, but I guess it technically works. You know there's going to be a jump scare somewhere. It's just going to pop up. It's going to be like, please stop it. Or, you know, yep. Could also have creepy skin-faced naked zombies too. That also works, I guess.
Sons of the Forest. We got some cool stuff tonight. All right. Well, one of the most played games in the world is League of Legends, and tonight we're happy to have Riot and its new Riot Forge division with us to reveal their first single-player experience.
It's funny because I'm like really thrown off by this, but like a Nintendo Direct, there's slight transitions. There's at least enough of a transition to where it's not off-putting, and to be fair, it's all the same. Like, it's closer together, whereas this goes from like one extreme to another.
The time has come for your revenge.
That's bright. Which should somehow be like a Rayman game. Well, they didn't say Ubisoft in front, so no.
Suffering.
Oh, duh. They said it was League of Legends spins. Why are you like, oh, hey, it's Rayman? Like, no, you know what it is. They told you what it is. There is no guessing.
Ruined King, Airship Syndicate. I'm here with Joe Mad. Joe, you guys have made some amazing.
Sorry guys, I'm a derp when I'm tired.
First of all, congratulations on working with Riot. Reveal you guys making the first game, what it is. Tell us more about what we just saw in that teaser.
Yeah, so I'm so excited we can finally talk about this. I was sure I would leak it before now, but we are doing the first ever Riot Forge game. And as you saw, it is The Ruined King, a League of Legends story. We're basically building on our experience making Battle Chasers and Darksiders.
It's also kind of an issue when like all the reveals are more so like just teasers.
We have a new take on turn-based combat that's really cool.
Because this light,
obviously the art and visuals that our studios
I mean,
known
other
for.
than spooky,
And the story
creepy
takes
stuff,
place
please don't.
after Burning Tides.
Well, there's not a lot going on.
Bilgewater is
It's easy for this to happen.
Champions and explore
There's still way too much time.
the Shadow Isles, and we have a lot of
For
other
me
surprises.
beyond.
And Poros. They're mandatory, apparently.
All right. Well, it sounds like this is something you've been working on for a little while too, right?
We have, yes. And I can't
Kept
say
a
any more.
secret. Okay, that's all you're allowed to say. All right. Well, it's so exciting to have Riot with us here at the Game Awards for the first time. Joe, you guys,
It's an honor. The game's so far amazing, and it's just an honor to be here.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for announcing with us.
And thank you, Shattuck, because I do actually appreciate you playing my level, and I was kind of afraid that maybe it was just like me being like, oh yeah, it's good, and then it's not. It's a lot of precision. I'm sure my next few, once I would get to them. I mean, I'm gonna take a small break from creating Mario Maker, as I usually do. But I'm probably gonna go with something a little bit more casual. Not like stroll down type of casual, but like a new type of level casual, somewhere in between.
Ladies and germs, watch out because tonight the birds of prey are hijacking the Game Awards.
Wait, is this another new Harley Quinn?
Got to be kidding me. Outbreak, courage, wrong way or nothing, but you guys just aren't really birds of prey
And thank you.
material. No offense.
But I love you.
Of course you do, schnookums. Now quit messing around. Let's give these people what they want.
Yeah, that's not the same. Like, it's the same character look
You have to show them that you're serious.
as Suicide Squad, but it doesn't sound like the same Harley Quinn.
Hit someone. Nothing gets a guy's attention like violence.
Isn't it supposed to be Harley Quinn, Black Canary, and Batwoman? Or not Batwoman, but Batgirl? For Birds of Prey? Just, oh. Okay. Sure. I mean, it's cool to see, like, the movie stuff. But I was thinking about it, and February is going to be a busy month because the 7th is when Birds of Prey comes out. The 14th is when the Sonic movie comes out. And the Sonic movie actually looks good now. So, now I'm interested in it. I mean, I was going to watch it before, but even I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to go watch it. Because the design was just so rough. And then they fixed it, and I was just like, oh my god, thank you. Thank you for actually going and fixing that. But we're way past that, so it's not fair to keep going about that, you know?
It's the least and most we can do.
Yeah. This is like watching a stream of, like, things before you watch a YouTube video. They're just like, oh yeah, let's show. I haven't seen a truth ad in a long time now. I hardly see one of those. It's been something a little more different recently. It's mostly been Stadia though. Because the problem is that Google owns Stadia. So, I mean, Google is just going to, you know, throw as many Stadia commercials out there so then people want to play it, but the problem is that they don't realize that nobody's interested in it. It doesn't have its own unique games. Once it does, maybe people would have some interest, but it's a little too soon in my opinion. Because internet is not at a reliable place for that anyway. And I mean, personally, I just like having the physical games and the physical consoles. And that's just personally me.
As refused, we're here, Samurai. It's a very interesting thing to be part of.
We've really worked on these songs, trying to make them as good as possible.
I think my music fits with my city because both are scary and pretty at the same time.
My music will be featured in Cyberpunk 2077. I'm super excited.
It's quite rebellious and it's quite noisy and aggressive. I think industrial is the word.
I can't wait to see how the two worlds actually meet. I mean, it's been a lot of fun playing these beats.
It's very punk rock in the way in its approach. You're building these systems to make really rugged, rough, edgy music.
Psychedelic, trippy, yet uplifting and engaging.
And you could see a lot of kind of industrial stuff and revolution happening.
Sort of mixing punk music and like what electronic music could be in the future.
So we have some tracks that are super dirty, super heavy, and then we have some tracks that are very beautiful and ambient.
That was just a glimpse of what we have in store for you. See you in Night City.
So I just gotta do a mid-game award stretch. Make sure every once in a while, guys, when you're watching something like this, do a nice stretch. Are we going into music now? Yeah, every once in a while they have this small break, which is kind of nice. And I waited for an award. I guess I probably should have done it at some point like this. Yeah, speaking of Mario Maker, though, I mean, to be fair though, we did literally just get an update like 6 days ago. So I don't know why. That's a thought in my head that, hey, maybe they'll show off something for Mario Maker at the Game Awards. No, that would be ridiculous to expect that. As much as I would love that, it's way, way too early for something new. Yeah, that's just unfair to the developers. What else could we see though? Hypothetically. Well, I did say Odyssey 2, but I ruled that out. We know the Smash character. We saw Ultimate Alliance DLC as like the first thing. Do I think we're gonna see anything else, Nintendo? I hope we at least see something. You know, because I mean, we're gonna be here for a while. Are you even singing? Are you just humming? I can't tell. I honestly have no idea what's going on. Dude, I don't blame you. I mean, I know it makes the Switch boring, or the stream boring, but I mean, right now we are kind of just waiting. But if I would have thought about it, I could have brought like the Switch up and kind of toggled around on that. I mean, I had my phone. I was planning on streaming like early morning Mario Kart Tour, but I didn't, so it's not like I can really go on there and play ranked mode or anything like that. I could always go on and play Pocket Camp though, which it's been a little while since I've done something like Pocket Camp, but I mean, at least we're waiting together. Shattuck. Is that Elon Musk? I'm pretty sure that's Elon Musk.
And now, he's the star of The Walking Dead and the best performance.
I mean, I guess he did want to put Mario Kart in Teslas. So. Hang on a second. Hey Siri. Show me pictures of Elon Musk.
It's time to present the award for best action game. These games are all wildly different. Some new franchises, some beloved sequels, all with their own unique adversaries and objectives.
Yeah, dude, that was totally Elon Musk.
Is that they set the bar for lively combat and thrills. All right, ready?
Like.
All right. Here's the nominees.
Yeah, dude, that was the whole trailer. I thought they were going into a music break. No, that was a trailer, man. And then you have some where it's like world premiere trailer, and it's like 5 seconds, and it tells you absolutely nothing. Like, really?
All right. This is heavy. And the winner is...
Dude, I'm glad I'll be able to... I'm glad I'll be able to play Astral Chain at some point. That and Xenoblade 2. And I'm very excited to get about Definitive Edition, even though it's like the third port of Xenoblade from what I've heard. But it gives me a reason to make sure to play that one too. They're probably going to be stream games, but I have no clue. Because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if it would fit the channel. But at the same time, it is a Nintendo game. And Shulk is in Smash, so. But also, it looks so pretty. It really looks pretty. I want to know those characters, you know?
I'm just really happy to stick with my roots and try to make as pure of an action game as possible.
DMC is back! Thank you!
Man, 10 p.m.
Congrats
completely
to the
falling
DMC
apart,
guys.
man.
I'm now joined by Jeff Haddam, the studio lead and founder of Took Games from Canada. I don't know how it all works out that way, but a lot of
It was kind of like this last year,
All
though.
right, anyways, tell us what you've been working on up at 2.
Like, I mean, Nintendo does not show a lot here, but they at least try to show something pretty big at the end. But you're kind of just watching, and like, as a Nintendo gamer, you're like, okay, not much is happening. Just kind of waiting. Last year, I had way more of a different sleep schedule. By now, I would not have even considered yawning. But I also accidentally woke up at like 5 a.m. this morning, so that was fun. Wait, is this a Dungeons and Dragons game? I mean, I've watched people play Dungeons and Dragons, and that's actually been pretty fun. Specifically on the Runaway Guys Coliseum. But I mean, it would be great if they had like a character. Okay, it's a website. I figured it was like a new game.
All right, up next is the award for the absolute best.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
What's happening?
Wow, I was a little pitchy on that one. I should keep practicing with it.
Looks like it's Mirage, everybody. What's up, Mirage?
Hey, Keely, my man, what's going on?
Well, we're kind of in the middle of the Game Awards right now, but yeah, what's going on with you, man?
Oh, is that tonight? Tell me, did they already win for best all-around competitor in a battle royale based on skills, but mostly good looks?
That is such a specific award, and as I told you on Twitter, does not exist. I'm sorry.
Okay, I see what you're doing, keeping the mystery alive for the audience. I get it, it's a secret award I get later. Wink. It's not like I haven't been practicing my acceptance speech. Wow, these things are really heavy. I'd like to thank my mother for my exceptional looks.
Mirage, we have a show. We've got lots of announcements to get to. Is there a purpose of today's call?
Oh, right. Well, I know everybody's always asking for more Mirage content because, obviously, and I think I speak for everyone when I say we've all had enough of crypto. So, Keely, I'm here tonight to just give the people what they want. And Keely, check this out. This is so cool. Watch. I'm a captain!
the captain of what exactly?
The Mirage Voyage. Oh yeah, it's my big Hollow Day bash. You get it? Hollow days because and I do holograms. Anyway, can I put you down for a +1?
Fine. When does it start, Mirage?
Oh, that's the best part. This party, wait for it, starts right now. Oh yeah. Oh, hey, and I've got presents for everyone at the awards and all you beautiful people watching at home. Join me at the party and you all get this free, exclusive legendary skin of my matching G7. Sexy, huh? And the gun doesn't look bad either.
Yeah, extremely generous of you, Mirage. Thank you for that.
What can I say, Jeff? I am a giver.
All right, well, listen up. We do have a
I mean, that's a
show
pretty
to,
cool
get back to.
way to announce that.
Okay, best buddy. Can't wait to see you and everybody else at the biggest celebration.
Very interactive, even though I have no idea what they're talking about.
Check this out. Oh man,
I mean, this kind of looks like it's very Fortnite based, which I think Fortnite is kind of like Team Fortress 2 based. So it's like in that kind of inspiration genre. It's Apex Legends. Okay, which is basically in that realm. I don't know which one came first, but it's in that Battle Royale type
Dr. Bunsen,
game.
Honeydew, and Beaker present Games for Impact. Plus, Reggie is here, and he's ready. And later, a brand new look at Ghost of Tsushima. It's all coming up on the Game Awards.
Man. I love it. I don't know why when I saw that hockey puck, I was like, wait, Mario? Like, I actually, like, even though there was no Switch logo, I was like, yo, Mario hockey? Like, that would actually be kind of neat. I mean, a Mario sports game would actually not be a bad announcement for something like the Game Awards. Would it be the best? Probably not. But yo, Mario Strikers? If they have a Mario Strikers to announce, it would totally be Game Awards worthy. Do I think that they do, though? No, I'm probably overhyping, but honestly, it reaches this type of audience.
Right, we have so much more.
Yeah, and Reggie's here, man. It's exciting.
Green Day coming up, but right now we've got a world premiere from Xbox and Moon Studios. Here's a brand new look at Ori.
It's going to take me a long time to hear Xbox and just not laugh. Like, I don't know, is that just their code name? Or do they have an actual, like, name for the console? But to be fair, it's hard to have faith in them with names because of, as I've said, the previous consoles. Okay, this does look pretty cool, though. Whatever the heck this little pure energy thing is. It kind of reminds me of, even though I never played it, like that Hollow Knight type of gameplay. You know, another one that I need to get is Rainbow. And then there was like an indie presentation for a bunch of games. Oh, it's that Ori game. Yeah, I saw that on Ori and the Blind Forest, and I was like, you know, that looks interesting, and I wrote it down in my indie thing, so, or my notes for indie games to play. Shaq says we need Mario Sports Mix 2. Oof, man. Sorry, but that's an oof. No, dude, we already got a Mario Sports Mix 2. That was, Mario Sports Superstars, right? But like, man, like a dedicated, I feel like for Mario sports games, it like basically needs to be a dedicated sports game. Like if it's not, you know, like a dedicated Mario baseball or a dedicated Mario tennis, you know, there's not nearly as much love and passion and work put into each sport, so then it just ends up being a very hollow simulation of the sport. So I really hope they never do a sports compilation game again, because they tried it twice and it doesn't work. It doesn't. It was nice seeing basketball, but, and I mean basketball and dodgeball, like it was nice in Sports Mix. It wasn't that it was bad. It's just that it just didn't, it lacked personality, and it kind of lacked structure, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong on that, or in a minority, but I want the sports-specific ones. Because then at least if we have those, then at least we know there's hope for it to be really good. I mean, Ultra Smash is definitely an outlier for that, but other than Ultra Smash, I feel like the others are the others have like a lot more going for them. Even like the first ones, like the N64 ones.
Please welcome two of the most innovative visionaries in the history of gaming and just about everything else. From Muppet Labs, Dr. Bunsen Honeydew.
I'm assuming this is just an award announcement, but
Thank you.
is their 50th year?
Fellow gaming enthusiasts, it's great to be here at the Game Awards. I am Dr. Bunsen Honeydew, and this is my assistant Beaker. Beaky, where did you go? Oh, I guess he's stuck in the lobby. Nothing? Oh well. In just a few moments, we'll reveal the winner of Games for Impact. But first, I was hoping to... Oh, here's Beaky now. Oh, good to see you. I forgot we have a basement. Beaky, I'm so glad you're here, wearing VR goggles to demonstrate our brand new game. Yes. As you can see, Beaker is wearing Muppet Labs' proprietary next-generation technology, VR super gluey goggles. You can put them on, but you can't get them off. And now we will premiere the exciting new Muppet Labs game. Oh, Beaker, Beaker, I forgot the... What are we calling it? Of course. The Untitled Beaker game. Excellent choice. Let the game begin.
Oh my god. I love the Muppets, man. This is just too good. They actually made like a mod for the Goose Game. Wait, is this actually Goose Game DLC? What is actually DLC for Untitled Goose Game now? Because if that's actually a thing, that would be great.
Oh, well. Here are the nominees for Games for Impact.
Yeah, okay, it was just a joke as I figured, but like, at the same time, think about it.
Roll the nominees.
Games for Impact.
Oh, man. Proof that Muppets are for everyone. Dude, I really should try out Untitled Goose Game now.
We have a lot of people.
I don't know how I haven't.
Who am I? And why is it so dark?
Woohoo! Here we go! And the winner is... What are you doing outside the game? You just please... Hey! Give that back to me! Beaker, get him! Get him, Beaker! Oh, no, that's me! That's me, Beaker! Where did he go? Where did he go? Where is he? Oh, get him! He's behind you! There, okay. You've got him under control? All right. Okay. Thank you, Beaker. Would you please hold his beak shut? Hold his beaker, that's it. Get him. Good. Sorry about that, folks. The award for Games for... Have you got it? Goose? Stop it. All right. The award for Games for Impact goes to... No, not geese. Greece!
Ah, man. You know what? If they did like the awards like that, I would love every single one. I'm telling you.
Thank you to the Muppets. Well, we want to share this award with, first of all, Conrad, our creative director, with
yeah, the Ghost went
with a really good team, and we could have never made it without them. We have to thank
Man, that was
Devolver for
amazing.
allowing us to do the game we wanted to make.
Yes, well, first of all, I mean, I would like to thank especially to all those people that share their stories with us. They send really, really moving stories when they were playing Greece. That's something that obviously when you create a game, you try to do these kind of things, but you never know you're gonna get to someone. And we pretty much are so moved when we receive this story. So please keep sharing it with us because it's amazing. And thank you everybody that play and support Greece. Thank you very much.
Good on you.
All right, sorry. Thanks to Bunsen and Beaker. Lifelong dream to have them here at the show. All right. I also want to mention something called the Game Festival. I don't know if you heard about that online, but we're launching a new thing tied to the Game Awards called the Game Festival. And the vision for that is to give all of you around the world who watch the show, you watch trailers, you love games, a chance to play a bunch of games. And this year we're partnering with Steam, and if you head to Steam for the next 48 hours, a little bit less than that since it started this morning, we have first look demos of over a dozen upcoming games that you can play for free on Steam. And I think that's kind of the future where this all goes, is not necessarily these local events where you have to travel somewhere to play a game, but actually bringing games into your homes and the places you work and live to play. So play all those games. The Game Festival
really good.
concludes Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific, and next year we're going to do it across all the platforms, and it's going to be a big thing. So we're looking forward to doing more with that. All right, well, now we're going to present some more awards.
I mean, heck yeah.
And let's get into the best
For
family
Switch,
game.
you get the right games on
Nominees for
there.
that
Yeah,
category are
I'd stream that.
Luigi's Mansion 3, Ring Fit Adventure,
Okay.
Super Mario Maker 2,
What do I think?
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, and Yoshi's Crafted World. Kind of like Nintendo's chances in this category. And the Game Award
I'm gonna say
goes
not
to
Ring Fit.
Luigi's Mansion 3.
I was gonna guess that, but then I was like, so many good games there that I just don't know. But yeah, when it comes to family games, that's where Nintendo shines.
Dirt Rally 2.0, eFootball, Pro Evolution Soccer 2020, F1 2019, and
Yeah, I had, before I had the Xbox version of Generations. Wow, I was not expecting that to win, but that's awesome.
mobile game. The nominees are Call of Duty Mobile, Grindstone, Sayonara Wild.
But anyway, though, I have Steam because of Sonic Generations. Because before I had the Xbox version, I was playing the PC version because I had the 3DS version. And the 3DS version, well, it was good. It was extremely different. And very short.
Wolf Ian said here at the Game Awards they were going to reveal their first game. So guys, welcome to the Game Awards. You've been here before, but you've got this new studio. So tell me a bit about Wolf Ian. What's different about it?
So, well, we took a long break, but it looks like we can't stay away from making game for very long. So we're just back at it now with Wolf Ian.
Yeah, well, what can you tell us about the game? We know the studio, we don't know anything about the game, but that's going to change now, right?
Yeah, so you've mentioned Dishonored and Prey as some of our past games. We have passion for interesting worlds to explore. We have passion for depth of interactivity, and of course we have passion for simulation in general. So this new game has all of these values, but this time we have a bit of a different approach. We brought a glimpse to show you through a teaser,
Yeah,
and we're very excited.
I mean, it won an award for App Game for like most downloaded for Mario Kart Tour as well.
Let's take a look at the first.
I mean, you can even tell, like, even me, who's not the biggest fan that they did that, like, I constantly play it because I just love Mario Kart, and who doesn't love Mario Kart, you know? So yeah, it is kind of weird that Mario Kart Tour wasn't on there, but at the same time, Nintendo's also very new to the mobile scene, so maybe that's why. But I also don't know how they vote to get them on the lists, like how they get nominated for this stuff.
Ancient powers at war with each other. Strange entities lurking in the dead of night with their own rules and their own peculiar motives. Welcome.
Can we have like one non-Nintendo game go by without it being like incredibly terrifying? You know, or have something disturbing? Because that would be great. I would personally love that. Okay. That just make her creepier.
Wild West. All right, up next, a brand new MMO action RPG game from a legendary franchise. Check out this announcement.
Yeah, my brain is like trying to rack like what it could be. Like it's gonna be something Nintendo. Overwatch, the RPG. Is literally like the only thing I could think of. Ew, no, why? No. Don't involve spiders. Don't. No. Sorry, when it comes to bugs and spiders, I'm sure you guys know by now. I just can't. I'm just like, no. Okay. I mean, they had a magic announcement before, so why they didn't just put them together is kind of beyond me, but okay.
Still to come. More premieres, more awards, an extended preview from Ghost of Tsushima, and Green Day performs live. The Game Awards will be right back.
I mean, at least I'd be interested in hearing Green Day, though, so that's at least nice.
Hi, I'm looking for... Stadia? What? What's Stadia? Stadia is only the newest, most logic-defying,
You know,
mind-bending, absurd gaming platform.
I feel like this is basically every single viewer and YouTube right now. Like, you just go in to watch a YouTube video, and Google's just like, you're like, okay, hey, I'm looking to watch, and they're like, Stadia? You're like, no.
You can play Stadia with
But they're just like, you're just like, no, that's okay, I'll just watch my video. And they're like, but Stadia. And it's like, okay, but I have a Nintendo Switch. And they're like, okay, that's great, but Stadia. They're like, you don't need a console. And I'm like, listen, really? This is a problem? This thing right here. This thing. I don't have the Switch actually with me, but this is basically the size of this. This is how big? This can't shield my face. Like, if I put this in front of my face, it is not the length or width of my face. Like, yeah, that's not a problem. I know their whole point is for Xbox and PlayStation, but come on. Like, I know that the argument for that is probably 4K graphics, whatever. But if your internet sucks, then no, it's not going to be 4K graphics and 180p. Or maybe it is. But that doesn't mean it's going to stream right. It's going to stream horribly. But yeah, thank you, Google and YouTube, for just shoving another Stadia ad down our throats. I'm sorry, I just think that every single time they're like, it takes up no space. I'm like, really? Really? Yeah, like I'm gonna care about that. Come on. I mean, you can stack them on top of each other anyway, depending on the console, you know?
This isn't the end.
I mean, Xbox you have to be very careful with. I don't know about PlayStation, but if I wanted to put my Wii on my Wii U, I could do that and basically have no issue. Like, even like the older consoles, like, I mean, sure, like the Wii and the Wii U, they're not that big. GameCube's like kind of, but really not that big. Okay, could you stop doing that to me, man? You keep getting my hopes up. And we're on a commercial part of the way.
And scores to center.
I see that snap at something like the Game Awards, and I'm like, ooh, you're gonna show something, and it's like, no, it's just ad. But see, that's the thing, like, even in the ad, you can tell. And guess what? The Pro is even smaller. Like, it's barely even the size of the dock. You're gonna tell me, yeah, that's a problem.
What's up, guys? I'm Bajira, and on my stream, I'm all about helping my viewers accomplish their goals, whether it's making progress in gaming, fitness, or just taking control of their health in general. And if one of your goals is to quit vaping, Truth is a program that can help. It's called This Is Quitting.
Thankfully,
it's
I don't have to worry about that.
Text-based, available any time of day, right on your phone, and it's already helping thousands.
That's the one perk of being ignored in high school. You don't have to worry about peer pressure.
You can quit, but you don't have to do it alone. Visit thetruth.com for more information and enjoy the Game Awards.
But yeah, seriously, that stuff's dangerous. Like, don't do it.
All right, now here's a brand new game announcement from Oculus Studios. Check it out.
Oh, okay. See, I forget that Oculus Rift is its, like, own thing. Like, and not just a thing that you can use on, Oh, that's not that bad. It's pretty good looking. But, like, I keep forgetting that, oh, hey, technically Oculus Rift is its own console and not just, like, an extra device for things such as, like, you know, Nintendo, or, like, just other consoles just to get virtual reality. Oh, he's only got the blue, not the half blue, half pink. Because that actually looked really cool when he was on Masked Singer.
Being here. I've been playing video games my entire life, and there's something magical about a solo player experience.
The tuxedo should look ugly, but it actually looks nice.
Play games with your friends.
That's wild.
I've literally defined my entire career by playing online multiplayer games, and here are the nominees for the best multiplayer game of the year.
Best multiplayer game.
Some amazing games, let's be real, all right? The Game Award for Best Multiplayer Game goes to... It's a lot more difficult to open up than you'd think. Apex Legends.
Oh my god.
Wow, thank you so much. The last 4 years has been transformative for Respawn. This year has been crazy for us, so for all the team that stuck around and believed and made this magic happen, thank you to the fans, thank you so much.
I'd just like to thank the team at Respawn of crazy, passionate, super talented individuals for going with us on this crazy journey. We changed our genre, we changed our business model, we made our first character-based game, and we changed IPs while we were shipping a AAA shooter. So, thank you, I love you guys.
I'm just, like, extraordinarily drowsy, and I'm hitting a point where I'm like, okay, can we get to more things?
Well, congratulations to Respawn. Great to see Apex.
Is it fair to them? Not really.
Now, this year,
but
TikTok has swept the nation with its hashtag challenges. For the
it's
past
kind of
2
like the
weeks, fans
Nintendo
have been
Directs,
celebrating
where, you know, you got the really good stuff at the beginning, really good stuff at the end, and then you got the middle stuff where it's like, yeah, I'm kind of interested in this stuff. Like, every once in a while you have something where you're like, oh my gosh, Joe, that's really awesome. And then other times you're just like kind of like how I am right now. Except it makes it worse for the Game Awards because it's like 10 times worse.
just a bit.
Because if you're a
But
fan
right
of like
now,
Xbox
let's
or
talk about a
PlayStation,
big PlayStation 4
you've
title
got very
that's coming
similar
next year
games.
from the guys
So
at Sucker
you have
Punch. Ghost of Tsushima.
some good
You probably saw
interests
this
that are
teased
there.
earlier this week. I am
But
so
then for
excited about
Nintendo
this
Switch,
game.
it's like,
Sucker
okay,
Punch is bringing
you
it to
might
life.
get
We
lucky and
have
see an
our
ad.
longest world premiere in the show tonight, as I've been saying. A
You
true
know,
cinematic
you
look.
might
Enjoy
see
at Ghost of
a
Tsushima.
really quick Nintendo type of announcement. But then at the end of the award, that's when Nintendo shines. But it takes so freaking long. We've been streaming for almost like 2 hours, and we've hardly seen anything that I'm like actually interested in. Oh great, more gruesome death. That's fun. Thanks, guys. That should be the bingo card for not like what games are gonna be announced, but what ways are people gonna die in these virtual worlds, in these trailers. Being pulled through the ground and drowned? Check. Getting your corpse thrown into a fire? Check. Skin-faced zombies? Check. It's like, great. Self-grenade? Check. Sorry, you know I had to.
Some say he died on the beach. Others say he is a storm made flesh. When the wind thrashes their tents and boats, they know he is coming.
I was half expecting that to be more gruesome. So thank you for not.
Wait. Good man. Chill.
Oh, that's cool. You gotta love when they do a transition like that. Be kind of nice if they just kept it at like one central spot though, where you could see the whole orchestra. You could see the game in the background.
Game Awards Orchestra. Let's give it up for our incredible conductor tonight, Max Arouge, the Game Awards Orchestra. They'll be back later for an incredible montage celebrating our Game of the Year nominees, and Game of the Year will be presented by some very special guests, surprise guests, so stay tuned for that. But right now, we've got another world premiere. A look at Gears Tactics.
Probably going to be Reggie. Like, let's be honest here.
The game for us invaded every part of our world. So we did the only thing we could. We set the world on fire. Now my war begins against the monster that created these monsters. Summon the beast! Crush them! And it's time to go hunting. Don't go gentle. Bring it, shitheads.
Thanks.
Come see what my new thinks of your little plan.
Just like we planned it.
You know, I feel like Game Explain kind of said it best though.
We asked Twitch to predict the winner for the best ongoing
Where
category,
it's basically like watching, like when you have the Super Bowl and you go and you watch the ads, like at some point it just kind of gets bland because when it comes down to it, it's just a bunch of advertisements, and half the time it's for stuff that it's like, okay, well, I'm not even interested in this.
Here is Naraka Blade Point.
And again, that's not really their fault, because I'm not really the target audience for this. But to be fair, if you're going to have Nintendo announcements, you know, Nintendo people are going to watch it. That character looks a lot like Bayonetta. I mean, I know it's not Bayonetta 3, but I mean, I only know because they didn't do the Nintendo Switch logo, but that totally looks like Bayonetta.
Welcome to Magic School.
Yeah, if you had put a Nintendo Switch logo on there and not told me the title of that game, I totally would have been like, that's Bayonetta. I mean, I did. I'm like, well, I don't know much about Bayonetta. And she somehow disappeared, so maybe she ended up... It's like Batman Ninja. Just randomly appears in ancient Japan, right?
Stood alone against the storm. For the one they called the Warrior of Light. This tragedy, greater even than the seventh umbral calamity, history must be omitten. Let it be.
I did not know they had a online Final Fantasy game.
Become the warrior of darkness.
Oh, my name is Luke and I'm 11 years old.
Alright, I'll be back.
My game's called Let's Be One. It's made with the Roblox Studio game engine. It starts off all gray. This guy, it says he's depressed. As he plays the obstacle course, he learns about the depression. So this is to get people to talk to him so they don't bottle their feelings up.
I was pregnant with our youngest son, and my late husband got very, very sick. The doctors call it a major depressive episode. His mental illness overtook him by way of suicide, and so we lost him when Luke was 2 years old at the time.
It's kind of hard to explain. Like how my dad died when I was very young. I just wanted to spread a positive message that it's okay to talk about mental illness. I hope I've helped people.
Now, she's a host and producer for IGN. Please welcome Sydney Goodman.
I'm here to present the award for Best Ongoing Game, recognizing that we keep playing our favorite games year after year and acknowledging the teams that keep these massively popular franchises fresh with new content, more experiences, and evolving ways to play. Here are the nominees.
Best ongoing game.
Alright, hopefully I did not miss anything. Yeah, the new and improved Bayonetta game. I mean, they haven't shown anything, so... And other than, like, no gunplay, that totally straight up looked like Bayonetta to me.
For Best Ongoing Game goes to Fortnite.
I mean, is that really any surprise? And I do have a friend, a female friend, who has told me that the Bayonetta games are... She, like, picked them up, and they actually became one of her favorite franchises. So,
This is amazing. Thank
I mean, it's
you.
gotta be a decent game. I just haven't really tried it.
Last year, we
But since she's in Smash, you know, I have an excuse. I just saw the whole attacking people and lesser clothes thing, and that kind of turned me off.
So humbled
type of thing. I'm like,
to
yeah,
the opportunity to
definitely not
even
something I could play on the channel.
like Fortnite.
And like, I just felt really awkward knowing that, and then, you know, owning and playing the game. But again, as I said for that man-eater game, really don't want to say that title. But that for that shark game,
is to try to create a metaverse.
yeah, if I'm gonna get a Switch collection at some point, then you know, I'm gonna eventually have to get that.
Totally new, a totally new emergent type of media, really. And
You don't mind
we
me.
are
I'm
so
just
inspired
resting my
by
ass a
everything
little
you're doing.
bit.
I'm just blown
Just,
away by what we've seen
just
here
go
tonight.
listen.
It's
Hopefully I
truly
don't fall
astounding and
asleep.
incredible.
Because that would suck.
Thank you for all the work
I
that
don't
you
want
do.
to fall asleep
Thank
on
you for
stream.
all the people who play Fortnite, who come up to all of us all the time.
I said
and
there
give
is
us
a
your incredible
possibility.
ideas and your
Also,
feedback.
falling
and
asleep in this
we
chair
just
would be
can't wait to keep
awful.
making more.
I would
I'd
be
be remiss if I
so
didn't take one
sore.
little personal note. Thank my wife, my daughter, my family, my party people. We love you. Thank you so much.
See you guys Saturday.
Please hurry this up. We're almost at 11, man.
The developers who worked on Max Payne, Quantum Break, Armor 3, World of Tanks, and Trivial Pursuit Mobile.
What the heck is this? I'm awake still, right? Yeah, I'm still awake. What am I watching?
Client called. Intel is located.
Okay, thanks, Jane.
Okay, I like the idea of a bunny FPS game better, to be honest with you. Yeah, not gonna lie, that game was way more interesting looking like a bunny version of Fortnite.
9 to 5, and I'm here with Red Hill Games CEO Matthias. Matthias, great to have you with us. What is 9 to 5? What can we expect?
Thank you, Jeff. Glad to be here. 9 to 5 is a new first-person tactical shooter. It's set in a world where corporations rule everything and being a mercenary is just another job. Now, a lot of modern shooters can be a little bit chaotic, and that's kind of what makes 9 to 5 special. We really put a lot of focus on the strategic gameplay of the team and playing together and, you know, making your changes in your tactics from round to round. And obviously, all that triumphs over brute force at the end.
All right, well, when can we expect to hear more? Next year? Or?
So 2020, we're launching the alpha, but you can actually
Animal
sign up
Royal.
today at 9to5.com.
Yeah, exactly.
So go ahead, enjoy
Like, I mean, the description of it's interesting.
9 to 5. All right, thanks very much for being here.
But as weird as that was,
right now, in the category of esports game
like,
of the
that
year.
just...
The nominees are Counter-Strike,
Seeing that just woke me up and be like,
Fortnite,
what in the world is this thing?
and Overwatch. And the game award goes to
But it wasn't another, you know,
Legends. Congratulations,
gritty type thing. And I think that's why Fortnite works.
for the best VR AR game.
Because
Those
it's
nominees
cartoon. And who does not like a cartoon styled game?
Beat Saber,
And then,
No Man's Sky,
not only that,
and Trover Saves the
but,
Universe.
like, for Fortnite,
And the game
it's
award
cartoony.
goes to
Alright.
Beat Saber.
And then,
Congratulations to Beat Games.
every single game
For the award
in
for best
the
performance awarded to an
shooter
individual
genre
for voiceover
of
acting,
games,
motion and/or performance
as I
capture,
said before, is this,
nominees
like,
are
super
Action for the
gritty,
Outer Worlds,
realistic type
Courtney Hope
game,
for Control,
super gory.
Laura Bailey
So when you
for
have
Gears
something
5,
in that genre
Mads
that comes
Mikkelsen for
along
Death
that's
Stranding,
completely different,
Matthew Peretta for
it
Control,
really, really stands out.
Norman Reedus for
So
Death
even though
Stranding.
that's kind of becoming the new norm because
And
it
the game award
stands
goes
out
to
and it
Mads
works,
Mikkelsen for Death Stranding. Congratulations, Mads.
I feel like having a bunch of bunnies jumping around and that being the actual game, that made it way more interesting and appealing.
Is Fire Emblem Three Houses. Congratulations.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, throughout the show,
But if you have a bunch of like
three incredible
colors
stories
and
about our global
marketing
gaming
stuff
citizens,
all over the
and we're
place,
so
then I
honored
guess
to
it
have
could
them
be
here with us tonight.
kind of a
Please
different
join me
type
in
of look.
recognizing this year's class of global gaming citizens. Congratulations. Congratulations, guys. Beautiful. A selfie. All right. We're so proud of that program. We intend to continue that year after year. I love
All right.
telling all these stories of amazing people around the world who.
I mean, I do
represent
like seeing
gaming at
that.
its
That
best. All
is pretty
Up
cool.
next, we've got music from Green Day. Reggie's in the house to present our Indie Game Award. We've got more world premieres,
Yes.
more Game Awards Orchestra, and the big award.
Dude,
Game
Reggie
of the
is
Year
perfect
presented
for
by
Indie
some
Game
special
Award.
guests. Now, the popular action MMORPG Black Desert has only
hear
been available
Reggie's
for PC
voice
and
again,
console,
man?
but now Black Desert Mobile is available on iOS and Android.
Man,
You
if
can download
anything,
it
that's the
tonight
one
and get a
thing
true
that I miss
MMORPG at your
from Reggie
fingertips.
being gone.
Check it out.
From him leaving Nintendo. I totally understand why he did it. And honestly, like, that's that was his decision ultimately, and I respect it. But man, I miss hearing his voice. Because he has such a nice voice. Just like, he'd be a person that I would actually listen to audiobooks by him. It sounds ridiculous, but Reggie has an audiobook voice. They're just those type of people. Like, I feel like Tyler Cedarwall, he would also be another really good audiobook type voice. You guys know the ones. You know, the audiobook type voice is someone like Morgan Freeman. You know, that's the most famous type of voice actor and actor that has that kind of voice. And that's kind of what I think of that kind of category. And of course I do miss Reggie's personality too. Just Reggie as a whole. But again, I understand and respect all of that. I'm hoping at some point they start having, you know, Bill Trinan and Doug Bowser, or like people kind of like how Iwata did when he was still here. Because I really don't think that he would have wanted them to stop that. And it makes it feel more lively to have, you know, the actual people there and having those small skits. Like how Doug Bowser did with Bowser in that one E3 skit before their direct. Like, honest to God.
Let's say you're not the super competitive type and you're more about that eye candy. A Samsung QLED TV has got you covered there too. When it comes to the most eye-popping visuals, HDR is where it's
We've
at.
shown you this commercial
Technology delivers
in two different
amazing color
ways.
fidelity, while full array local
Let's show
dimming
you
allows the
third
brightest
version.
and darkest parts of the scene to look their best. Features like these are why Samsung QLED TV was a Best of Innovation honoree for gaming at CES 2019, and they're nominated again.
I mean, they're smart about it. Especially since they're like literally the only ones who are promoting a TV.
I didn't think anybody was really going to play this game. We got over 500,000 letters written in the first couple months, which just, we were not prepared for. Kind Words is a game about writing nice letters to people. All real people, anonymously, online, sharing their worries, and making each other feel better. Pushing
That's
the
so
definition of
nice.
games is something that I really get excited about.
It's so simple. But it's such a nice idea.
WD Black. Fine-tuned for performance. Purpose-built for gamer to play without limits. Storage solutions with the capacity, speed, and reliability to win. WD Black. Drive your game.
We are excited to welcome WD Black to the Game Awards as the official storage sponsor. All of tonight's world premieres have been safely stored on WD Black. You can get command performance with SSD speed. Check out WDBlack.com for a chance to win a decked-out gaming rig and WD Black products. All right.
Sorry if I
now
just look
I'm
like
very
completely
excited
done
to introduce
right now.
our next performance. One of my passions outside of gaming is live music. Whenever I go to a show, I'm always thinking about who would be perfect here for the Game Awards. And this band has been on my list since the beginning. They've won 5 Grammys. They're members of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They've sold over 85 million albums worldwide. And they've got their own video game announcement, as you're about to find out.
What?
Get on your feet. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Green Day!
Wait, are they doing like music for a game? Or do they actually have their own game? Because, I mean, okay. By this point, I mean, I don't know why I'd be so surprised. You know, they showed like a tiny glimpse of the screen, and just from seeing the bridge and the brown tile, I'm like, yo, that's Green Hill Zone. Thanks for that. Dude. Really, Wii U? Really? You're gonna do me like that? Sorry guys, I gotta force reset my Wii U. I'll still have it on, just to check. Right now we're still on music, so we're good. Yeah, it's great, but you kind of froze it, so that's not my fault. I mean, if anything, I guess that's the best time for it to happen. That's the one thing that sucks about the Wii U. For some reason, randomly, when you're on YouTube, it's only YouTube. for YouTube, it will just like randomly crash. And it's just like, why? Oh hey, well it's a good thing it's not on screen right now because he just has his middle finger up. Again, it's not really necessary, dude. Like, just feel free to sing without swearing. That's great. Like, just looking at the chat, that was amazing for the actual thing, because there's so many people that are like, so many people that are like, oh my gosh, this is cringy, or oh my gosh, this is gross, like, stop this. So many people saying Z, and then there's like other people that are like, this is great. There's people that are like, oh hey, look at this Green Day DLC, like that kind of stuff. I'm just probably a bunch of Nintendo people like me right now who are just staying up a lot later because Nintendo was like, hey, make sure to watch the Game Awards. So we're like, okay, great. We trust your Nintendo. We trust that you will have something amazing here. And so far, I mean, they haven't really shown anything.
Reality and rock just collided like never before. Beat Saber and Green Day, the collab we've always wanted, and you don't have to wait long. The music pack drops tonight on all platforms, so you'll be able to play
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Brand new singles from the album Father of All, which is out on February 7th. Thank you so much to Green Day for playing the Game Awards. We have a lot of shows still coming up. Of course, we've got the award for Best Game Direction. We've got Game of the Year. And yes, we've still got some announcements and surprises for you guys at gaming's biggest night.
I mean, did they really have to use the F word and flip off the whole entire audience for that much, though? Like, I know it's the Game Awards, but come on, man. Like, you can at least be professional. Like, I know that sounds ridiculous, but like, come on. I know gamers are a very different breed, and professional isn't really in our nature, but at the same time, it'd be great. Especially since I have a PG channel, you know? Which obviously nobody told me to react to the Game Awards, so... Yep, Amazon needed a game streaming service.
That's New World, and I was just down in Irvine at the studio visiting the devs a couple months ago. Had a great time playing it. It looks really cool, and you can get more info at newworld.com. All right, well, now please welcome to the stage a good friend of the Game Awards. He's been here every year since the first show with a perfect attendance record.
I know exactly.
Of course,
it's Reggie, man.
Nintendo of America, a friend to all of us. You can follow him at Twitter at Reggie. Give it up for Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Okay, considering the amount of people cheering, that says a lot for Nintendo's presence and how many people are actually excited for Nintendo. And just Reggie in general.
Fils-Aimé is in the house.
We love you, Reggie.
Thank you for that warm welcome. It was just over 16 years ago that I joined this industry as an executive. But truth be told, I've been around as a fan and as a player for so much longer. Like you, I've witnessed the growth of our favorite form of entertainment, and now video games are bigger than the movie industry, bigger than music, bigger than television. But most importantly, video games continue to innovate, not only as entertainment, but also into areas far more profound. Experiences with their foundation in video game technology are being used to help surgeons practice before a difficult procedure, and to enable college students to simulate business situations and develop real-world skills. I may no longer be an executive in this industry, but I'll always be an ambassador for video games as a force for good and a force for fun. In this category, Fresh Indie Game, you can see how games are continuing to evolve as entertainment. I think this is the most important award of the night, because I believe indie developers are the most important creators in this industry. Why? Because every nominee this year, and every year at one time, was an indie developer. In the same sense that everyone was once a kid sketching a superhero in the middle of class, or lying in bed at night thinking of worlds and challenges that no one had ever dreamed of before. For my friend Shigeru Miyamoto, those ideas began around the woods near his house in Kyoto. And for my dear departed friend Satoru Iwata, those ideas led him to invent his first video game on a portable calculator while he was still in high school.
Wow.
They both became fixtures in the history of video games, but first, they were dreamers, and they began with their imagination. So like everyone else, at the start, they were true indie developers. Any awards event is, by definition, a look backwards. Who's done something great in the preceding year? But in this category, you can look forward. If you want to see the incubator where future game greatness is evolving, it resides right here in this indie category, recognizing brand new independent studios who released their first game this year. Let's take a look.
Fresh Indie Game, presented by Subway.
I'd be very surprised if it was an Untitled Goose Game, not gonna lie.
And the Game Award goes to Disco Elysium.
Oh.
Disco Elysium also wins Best Independent Game. Tonight, they're taking home a total of 4 Game Awards.
So, we'd like to thank all the great people that came before us. Ilya Repin, Vladimir Mayakovsky.
And I hope you can catch that butterfish attic.
For providing us the political education. Thank you.
You don't have to leave yet, Reggie. Come on back. Just for a little longer.
I've been looking back my whole life. Back to my family, my friends.
My son, they say you can't change a person, but a person can change with time. Change a mind, change a heart. Yeah, that might be good enough for you. But I can change anything.
Yeah, I really thought that was
All right, surprise, there's a second League of Legends announcement tonight. I'm joined by the creator.
You know, I thought that was like an indie
why don't you tell us a bit about
type of reveal. I was like, you know, that's really cool. That makes a lot of sense. You know, have the indie awards, and then right after the indie awards, show off like an indie game, and then they were like, no, it's another League of Legends thing, and it's like,
young inventor who has created a device that can manipulate time. I'm going to send you down into Zorn, into
Alright.
the depths of the sun. And we're going to deliver a rich story experience about the perils and consequences of messing with time. Because even if you mess with it a little bit, you can kind of mess things up.
Huge consequences.
Yeah, huge consequences.
Not bad for the future. All right, fantastic. Thanks very much, Lee. Great to have you here. Great announcement. All right, in just a moment, 5 of the nominees for Game of the Year are going to go head-to-head in the Best Game Direction category. We'll see who wins that one, and we've still got some surprises left. The Game Awards will be right back.
come on, man. We still got that freaking gigantic.
Ask for a way to play your favorite games from screen to screen.
We've got that gigantic Nintendo one left, and I'm running out
Stadia
of
gives you
steam,
magic
man.
zappy fingers, so you can turn screens into gaming machines. Stadia's a gift that
I mean,
won't ever
usually
stop
after
growing.
2, they do this
A
like
gift
live
that doesn't take
concert
up any
thing
space.
for a bit,
The gift of
but I don't think they do any announcements after that. At least,
a gift that gives you games anywhere.
at least
and everywhere.
as far as I
and
remember,
anywhere.
and at least
and
as
any
I'm
everywhere
hoping.
with Wi-Fi. You can even ask yourself for
But
Stadia and give it to yourself.
I mean, when they say a few
Get the
Nintendos,
unthinkable, multi-screenable, no
we know
downloads, no
Nintendo
updates,
is always kind of
self-fulfillable
safe
gift
for last
of
for Game
Stadia.
Awards.
One place
Like their
for all
huge
the
thing.
ways we play.
Yeah, exactly, Shattuck. That's how I feel right now. And it's so frustrating. It's extremely frustrating. What the heck is this? But to be fair, when we're used to just having like exactly what we're asking for and wanting, and you know we're oh god, that's nauseating. But when we have like a Nintendo Direct that's 30 minutes and we're basically getting, you know, like here and there we're getting games where we're like, yeah, this isn't really our taste, but most of it, it's what we want to see. But for this type of thing, they're like, oh, hey, we're going to show you something. We're going to show you this game. And half the time, it just looks like, even though it might not be, it basically just looks like another generic. Oh, great. Thanks for... Seriously? Really?
Nintendo Switch has worlds to explore and adventures
You're
to come.
killing me, man. You're really killing me. You guys gotta have something. Nintendo, please make this worth it.
Find your adventure on Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch Lite.
Oh, well, that explains how I get across a bunch of stuff in Link's Awakening. Completely forgot about the hook
We
shot.
can barely hold these protest signs.
But we can tell you about This Is Quitting, an easy text to quit service. It's the least
and most we can do.
I really hate being able to put this on stream too. But especially when like you got these commercials and it's the exact same commercials. It makes it even more like it's like a really type of thing. I mean, they gotta get stuff ready, and that's fine. At least show some different stuff.
What's going on, everybody? I'm professional esports host and commentator Golden Boy, and since 2017, Samsung and Xbox have worked together to deliver amazing experiences for all gamers. That's why I teamed up with them to create something special for the fans, the Ultimate FTW Sweepstakes. And I want to give a huge shout out to our winner, Isaiah Yanez, also known as Buddy Roy. You are the winner of the Upgrade FTW Sweepstakes. You won this killer Samsung 75-inch Q70R QLED TV, a Q70 soundbar, an Xbox One X, and 12 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Safe to say that's a lot of nuts. Congrats, and thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Now, everyone, let's just enjoy the Game Awards some more.
Thank you, Golden Boy. And now it's time for a world premiere, a re-announcement that I think you'll be excited about.
Okay.
There was a time when you were heartless, brutal, a monster. And I'm proud of you for changing all that, but I'm here to ask you to be those things once more. But then...
Well, at first I was thinking, is this like a Lego Movie 2 game? Because of how the voice was, and then I saw the cigarette and I'm like, well, that's a no. Wait, Telltale's still going? Didn't Telltale go bankrupt?
Now, she's an Emmy-winning writer and an accomplished voice actor. Please welcome Ashley Burch.
Are they still going because they still have a few contracts left? Because I thought they were like completely dissolved by this point.
The best games start with a single person asking a single question. What if? And when that question excites other people, and they start asking what if, it's a snowball of creativity and passion that pushes games to be the best they can possibly be. These are the nominees for the Best Game Direction.
Okay, for a second I thought they were about to do Game of the Year, and I'm like, listen. Come on, man.
So hard to form connection.
You don't know what you're up against. Okay, and the winner for Best Game Direction goes to Death Stranding.
you. Thank you so much. 4年前に独立してゼロからのリスタートだったんですけど、またここに戻ってこれて非常に嬉しいです。
It was a start from zero 4 years ago, but I'm very happy to come back to this stage tonight.
で最初から、一緒の船に乗ってくれたソニーさん、それからエンジンを提供してくれたゲリラさん、それから一緒の船に、小さな船でしたけど一緒に覚悟を決めて乗ってくれたキャストの皆さん、それからアーティストの皆さん、コンポーザーの皆さん、そして、一緒に船を漕いでくれた、スタッフ、ポジプロのスタッフの皆さんと、サポートしてくれた家族、それから何よりも、この4年間、応援してくれたファンの皆さんに感謝したいと思います。ありがとうございます。
I really want to thank a lot of people started the ship going. Sony started out with us, and also Guerrilla for providing the game engine. And also,
That's cool, man. Are you gonna try to go after both the Snorlax?
The artists, the people who collaborated, thank you so much. And also, the small boat was all the staff came to work together. I would really like to thank them, and also my family, and best of all, the fans who waited 4 years. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Taneo. We've got one more award to present, Game of the Year, and we've got some very special surprise guests here to do the honors. Over on Twitter, you guys voted for the Gaming Tweet of the Year. We've got the winning tweet. Check it out, and we'll be right back with Game of the Year.
No, come on. Don't do that. Don't. Jeff, no. Jeff? Jeff, come on. Come on, you gotta have something actually Nintendo. For the love of God, do not tell me that I stayed up on a Thursday night. It's almost midnight. I have work tomorrow. I have to wake up at 7. Don't you dare tell me that there is not some big Nintendo announcement. I know that we technically got some Nintendo announcement with Marvel Ultimate Alliance, but like, come on. Really? No. No, that was in your pre-show. Dude, I have been sitting here. Literally, Reggie came onto the stage and the whole audience went insane. Smash Brothers is potentially the game of the year. Please, for the love of God, tell me that I did not just sit here for 3-4 hours for absolutely no reason. Like, come on. Like, at least when it's by myself, it's not as bad, because I can just get up at any time. I can get water. You know, I didn't have work to worry about last time. And, you know, the next morning I could just sleep as long as I needed to. But now, I can't do that. So don't you dare. Don't betray me like this, Jeff. Sound like, the wife from Black Lightning. I don't want to X that off, but I actually have to. Oh my god, thank god. Because the problem is the X button for the, for my one antivirus thing, the notification comes up and it's the exact same spot as if I misclick, it would hit stop streaming. So, you know, there's that. Not that it's seeming to really matter that much at the moment. I will say though, that Red Lantern game, that's one that I was interested in at some point, so. completely forgot about that. Great.
Now, she's an actress and producer. Please welcome Michelle Rodriguez.
Jeff, come on,
How y'all doing today?
man. Better if there's a Nintendo announcement.
Happy to be here. There's one last game announcement to share with you tonight, and I'm really excited about it. Allow me to present the world premiere of our latest expansion to the Fast and Furious saga.
I like the movies. I didn't know there were games. But come on, man.
I'm going to split. It's the only way to keep you both safe.
I think I know someone who can help.
If you're not gonna do that, then you better have...
Ready to ride?
Oh wow, he looked like Mr. Clean in that shot. Jeez. But like, at least tell me that there's gonna be a Nintendo Direct soon. If you're not gonna give us anything big, at least give us that. Like, literally an announcement for a Nintendo Direct in like a week would be bigger than like any game you could announce. So like,
When in doubt, do what I do.
just
I've seen what
something, please.
That's why I'm kind of terrified. And I don't need a finish line, I'm in my own lane.
But no, Nintendo's also synonymous with one last thing.
Or take this to the next level.
So they wouldn't do that to us, right? Right, they're not gonna just not give us something Nintendo, right? Right?
I'm excited for that one. Can you believe it's been like 18 years, man? From a little article in a newspaper to a movie to a video game. It's pretty cool. I'd like to now introduce a surprise guest and also one of my friends for life. Vin Diesel.
Okay, that's pretty cool that he's there. Not gonna lie. I think even Reggie's just kind of like subtly waiting and hoping there's something Nintendo.
Do not tempt me. Michelle, we are in our crowd.
I know, man.
We have been gamers. We have been gamers forever, and we are at an award show of our people.
Literally, me and Vin used to just like literally spend all
You could have
night
raised
playing,
the
like, Tekken fighter
microphone
games or
just a
Street
little
Fighter.
bit.
Yeah, this is it's amazing to see that trailer finally. I gotta tell you a secret too. I didn't tell you before. Yesterday I saw the 4-minute trailer to Fast 9. Back to you guys.
Okay, now that I'm excited for.
Okay, so
I need to watch Hobbs and Shaw. Dang, dude.
here to pay tribute to all of the nominees for Game of the Year, once again, the Game Awards Orchestra.
No, guys. Oh. Oh. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong. Maybe it's after Game of the Year. Right? They're gonna say the Game of the Year is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And then after that huge unveil, they're gonna say, oh hey look, there's a Smash announcement. I mean, randomly they did have it to where last year it just kind of randomly happened as they were trying to like announce something. And that's how they did it. But like, come on, everybody, literally every single Nintendo fan, everyone who isn't a Nintendo fan is literally expecting a Smash Brothers character right now. Hearing music like this though is really nice. It's at least a little soothing. But like everybody's gotta just be expecting this. And it's not happening. Why is there opera? And then suddenly opera. I'm trying not to be too frustrated. But like, come on. Think about this. Alright. February is when we're supposed to get that last DLC character. I mean, there's not that much time for that character to be unveiled. And I mean, I know that they did a weird window, but like, come on. It is definitely, it's Nintendo's nature to have something. Please tell me there is something. As I said, even the thing of saying like, hey, there's gonna be a Nintendo Direct, or hey, there will be Nintendo announcements very soon happening. And we know there's always gonna be Nintendo announcements around the corner. But like, having something like this, where it's almost like a slice of E3 at the end of the year, and you have that expectation. You're like, there will be something Nintendo, and not seeing that hurts bad.
You keep telling me don't be mad. As my daughter would say, Dad, take over your fear. And the Game of the Year award goes to Sekiro.
Well, I knew it wasn't gonna be Smash.
Tonight,
But
Sekiro's Shadows Die Twice also
I had my
wins
hope.
Best Action Adventure Game.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm extremely frustrated right now. Like, they hinted. Jeff hardcore hinted and made reference to the Joker trailer from last year. Like, how do you just not have anything? Like, I mean, come on. Literally, in a pre-show, Like, did I miss something else? Is there some other thing that I missed when I was taking a small break?
About to come out, and we were both surprised and overjoyed at
I don't
the
know.
reaction that we saw.
Is it just not a third party? Is it just not ready? Do they just not have anything? I don't know. I just...
So I'd like to share
This
the
makes
joy
no
of receiving
sense to
this
me.
award with the staff at From Software.
Like,
who
I mean,
put all the
sure,
stuff to make
you
it
had
happen,
Reggie,
as
and that
well
was
as the team
amazing.
at Activision for their ongoing
But,
support
I
throughout.
mean, tweeting out to watch the Game Awards with knowing that they've had at least some sort of big presence here. Like, I just... I don't understand. My brain
And finally, I'd like to give out a huge thank you
cannot
to our players.
comprehend this.
We couldn't have done it without you, and it was a huge honor to make. So we will continue to try and make the best games we possibly can.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I've sat here for 3 hours, dude. Do not tell me I had no sleep for no reason.
All right, guys, well, that's going to do it for
Jeff,
the Game Awards
no.
2019. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again next December to keep celebrating
Jeff, are you
games. Have a
kidding
great
me?
night. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody.
Are you actually kidding me? You're kidding, right? You- I sat here for 3 god dang hours waiting and waiting for something, and there was that small feeling that was saying, you know, maybe there's just not going to be anything. But that hope was so big, and I was like, there's no way that they're just going to start off in the pre-show and go, here's some Marvel Ultimate Alliance DLC. I swear to God, that was it. That was it. Like 4 characters in a game that is already released that basically has nothing to do with Nintendo. And then, sure, you had the Bravely Default thing, which I guess I kept forgetting, and that's cool, but that's it? Like, I mean, I know that we're being a little bit greedy asking for a Smash Brothers character, but at the same time, are we really being that, like, unreasonable when time and time again you're giving us this huge thing? I mean, am I really that out of line thinking that when GameXplain literally made an hour-long video where John made a PowerPoint presentation of predictions and looking at all the crap that they have done in the past and showing, they've showed off freaking Breath of the Wild. I know the first year was rocky as hell because for some reason they thought Cranky Kong in Tropical Freeze was like the end-all be-all. And it wasn't. And then, like, then you had a bunch of Breath of the Wild stuff, which is great, and then you had Joker to end off. That's it. That is seriously the whole god dang thing. What is this live stream chat saying? Bunch of F's. Guys, there are so many F's in this chat. Everybody is so ticked off. Everybody is like, where in the world is Nintendo? Mostly for the Smash announcement, but like... I mean, see, here's the thing. I'm not going to underplay this about the fact that, yes, they had some great announcements. And there are a lot of people that this is suited for. And I understand that. But the fact that, first off, we're sitting here, we have no idea what you're going to announce. You could announce something from Smash Brothers character to just some Marvel Ultimate Alliance stuff. And that's fine, but if you're gonna do that, then have something to support it. Have a few more things, a few small things just sprinkled out. Have something. Have some kind of mention of, hey, you know what? We didn't have a huge presence here. That's fine. They usually don't. But, like, at least tell us. Tell us something is happening. Tell us some Nintendo Direct is coming. I just... And like I said, like, that doesn't mean that it was a bad thing. But as a Nintendo fan... Listen, think about what Xbox got. Alright? Xbox and PlayStation. That was the whole show, and I'm fine with that. But the Xbox literally got an announcement, even though the name is stupid, they got an announcement and a showcase of literally the next gen console. Alright? PlayStation got a tease for PlayStation 5. Alright, and that's fine. You know what? Nintendo, they don't need to go into next gen. The Switch is next gen for Nintendo. And I love the Switch. And I feel like that's why I'm so frustrated. Because you got that, for both of them, you're talking about next gen consoles. And then you're spewing out so much stuff. Heck, even freaking Oculus Rift VR got a bunch of stuff. They got more stuff than Nintendo. And there were some great moments in there. You know, the Muppets was still great. And yeah, it looks like a desktop. But at least they got something. Like, I just... It baffles me. It just completely baffles me. Because of the fact of seeing the reaction from the whole audience. Of literally just Reggie not even saying a damn word. He walked out and everybody in that audience, not a single person was silent. Doesn't that prove that Nintendo has a lot of weight and worth even at the Game Awards? They might not have the specific games that everybody wants to see at that venue, sure. Alright, I get that. But I can assure you, especially with the whole Joker thing, everyone in that venue was thinking there will be something Smash Brothers related. And again, it's fine that we didn't get something Smash related. What baffles me is that we basically got nothing at all. The two Nintendo announcements had nothing to do with Nintendo at all. Nothing. Nothing. Not a single thing. Now you could argue that, you know, they're both published by Nintendo. They're both Nintendo exclusives. That's true. But not even a sneak peek at anything. sneak peek at Breath of the Wild 2? No. Like, you literally could have done anything more, and sure, you would have had people complaining that it wasn't a Smash announcement. But there was so many things that you could have done that would have at least made it feel worth it. But I told myself in those 3 hours, well, this sucks, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, this is getting frustrating, but at least we have something Nintendo at the end. And nope. What did I find out? Oh, not even a Game Award thing, that another Fast and Furious movie's coming out. I love Fast and Furious. That's great, that makes me happy. But at the same time, it doesn't really affect the same thing as an actual Nintendo announcement. It doesn't really fill that void. And it doesn't really make sense to me, and that's... Now I have to go to bed. After all of that waiting, after I rushed an unboxing, and you know what? I even told myself, I could probably skip it. But because Nintendo themselves said, make sure to watch the Game Awards. They didn't say that specifically. That's fine. Whatever. They retweeted it, and they said, hey, watch it at this time. What does that tell you? That there's going to be something Nintendo there. And to me, that really wasn't something Nintendo being there. That was more so just forcing me to watch Stadia ads. And then every once in a while there'd be a Nintendo ad, and I'd be like, alright, cool. That's pushing me on for that Nintendo announcement that's going to happen at some point. Nope. I'm sorry, I mostly just, I needed to get that out, because if I didn't, I would not be able to go to bed. And I know that I'm not the only one that's aggravated. I know that there's going to be people in this stupid Game Awards chat that are going to be freaking out like I am, and other people that are just reacting to it the exact opposite way and like, well, I don't know what you're complaining about. I'm a PlayStation fan and I'm super happy. But like, it's possible that people think that we're upset because Smash Brothers wasn't Game of the Year, and that's not why we're upset. Alright? Nobody expected Smash to be Game of the Year. I said it because I was hopeful. Smash Brothers was technically 2018. Alright? We all get that. That makes 100% complete sense that it wasn't there, and it wasn't fully that audience. Fine. Whatever. But like, what we're mad about is the fact that we sat through things that we didn't care about and that didn't really target to us or had any interest to us, and there was no payout for it. Like, how are you going to have Jeff Keighley going on Twitter and literally play teasing to Reggie that, hey, this time you're not going to need to steal an invitation. This time, we're just going to hand you one. And then you mentioned that your favorite moment at the Game Awards was literally the Joker announcement. I know that's not the Game Awards' fault. That is Nintendo's fault. That's Nintendo themselves. Alright? They had nothing to present. But you know what? Maybe. Somehow, they're going to release the largest directs sometime here, or at some time in January. And we know that the Smash character is coming. We know they're going to be announced. And maybe because of all the leak talk, maybe they didn't want to announce them. Because maybe something actually did get leaked and they saw that people wouldn't be hyped. And unfortunately, that's something that could happen. Or maybe it just wasn't ready and they didn't have anything ready. And that's probably the most case scenario. But at the same time, you're also expecting it. And it's 6 months from E3. So it's also not like you wouldn't have time for it either. You know what I mean? Like, you know Game Awards are then. You know E3 is then. I mean, we got a crap ton of stuff for E3. I mean, if anything, yes, we are super spoiled because Nintendo does spoil us. But this one, it hurt a bit. And it's just a game, and you might be wondering, like, okay, did you almost actually cry because there wasn't a big Nintendo announcement at the Game Awards? Partially. But the main reason why I'm upset is because of the fact that this isn't set at like 4 p.m. And then it's like, okay, well, it's 7. At least I'm going to bed at a decent time. No. I have to watch this. Okay? I had to start this at 8:30 p.m. That's 30 minutes from when I'm trying to get to bed. And I know that sounds ridiculous. But now it's midnight. Alright? And that's partially because of my ranting. But here we are. At midnight. I sat here for that freaking long. I watched Green Day swearing their butts off, which then reflects on me because I'm reacting to that without knowing that they're going to do that. And thankfully, this handy-dandy software, freaking hardware, ended up crashing at the exact same time when Green Day decided to flip the bird to the entire freaking world for a good, I don't know, like, minute. You know, I went through all of that, and then nothing. Absolutely nothing. Great. Thank you, Nintendo. Thank you, Game Awards. That really sucked. That really sucked for me. And again, Xbox fans, PlayStation fans, they're probably happy as heck. And this is mostly for them. But as I said before, all we can really do is just cross our fingers and say, for the love of God, really hope there's going to be some kind of a direct at some point after this. Because I feel like also Game Awards is one of those things that it kind of holds off people from really getting hungry for a direct, because you at least have that one little thing that's just enough to keep people at bay. Yeah, no. Not even anything Bayonetta 3. Like, and the only reason I'm saying that is because they teased it at the Game Awards, and then they at least said, okay, well, here's some ports. Like, literally, you could have just simply said, have these Metroid Trilogy ports. That's it. That's like all people have been asking for a while too. So like you could have literally just done that, and then there wouldn't really be as big of an issue and as big of a feeling for this. But I've now let my frustration go for a good 20 minutes, and I'm sorry for that, but I mean that's just how it is, and that really just turns me off from wanting to watch it next year. as ridiculous as that might sound, me starting an adult life, like, I can't keep doing this. I shouldn't have done it tonight, but I did, because I'm a nerd. And I got backstabbed, because I'm a nerd. But again, I'm being ridiculous, and it's because I'm tired and just frustrated. That doesn't help when the other thing that I really like is Sonic, and we get, like, no announcements for Sonic. Like, it takes a while. And how TSR had, like, no DLC for characters. Like, seriously, that character roster, like, it was such a good character roster. It was a weird character roster, but it was a good one. And they added nothing to it. And then they had Tokyo Olympics. And then after that, like, we know we're gonna hear nothing from Sonic. Side game, main game, Mania, for months. So, at least we got Chow in space. We got overhyped, guys. We got way too overhyped, and it burned us. So, not a good week. Not a good week for me. But anyway, though, guys, if you, well, I'd say if you enjoyed, but I'm pretty sure you probably didn't. But if you suffered through this with me, okay, that's also really harsh. If you want to, hit the like button. If you don't, then that's fine. If you want to hit the dislike button, I don't blame you. But, yeah. Unlike Shulk, I'm not really feeling it. I'm really not. But I'm gonna go to bed, so keep your toes safe, and hurts. Guess broken hearts by this point.